Well, as we get into this, to kick things off, we are actually going to start with, as you guys are, you guys are there at the library keeping watch, in your rotations, the night goes by uneventfully. I will say you guys don't have to make your checks. You are able to rotate and keep watch here at the library, and Scarlet, you were able to get your rest after spending all of your spell slots. Now, the morning is, it's hard to say morning when you cannot see the sun rise and set, but it is close to morning. And as you guys are getting close to finishing your rest, it's maybe an hour or so before resting. Yvonne. And no, I didn't get that wrong. Yvonne, you you're been in and out. You've woken up multiple times of just darkness. A little bit of light, the flashing, you see the flickering of the green light illuminating over the stone walls of the flame skull. You hear the in and out as you get kicked in the head for another time. You remember pieces of waking up the first time and waking up alone after the fireball explosion, but it has been some time since then. What do you think Yvonne would think about the first time that Yvonne woke up? Knowing that the flame skull, you're in the clutches of both the flame skull and this zombie ogre, your friends are nowhere to be found, and from what you heard of, just remember of the conversation of the flame skull as it peered over you, was that the dragon gave you up as an exchange for your, for something. You remember pieces of it, but you get the understanding that you're being kept as ransom. Collateral. Yeah, as collateral.
Right.
How does Yvonne
do you want the short
that?
version or the long version?
You tell me.
So, Yvonne would be thinking right now, he's here alone in, if you don't mind me saying, I'm sure he would have been able to look around the room in the time that he's been there.
Yes.
Whether because just
I will say
brief flashes of light or him casting light by himself.
Yeah, you see the brief flashes of light, and as, with especially too with the green fire that is going on, and you try to cast light, but you know that every time you try to cast it, you get hit by this zombie ogre and get knocked out for another time, but you don't recognize the room that you are in. It's a room that you do not recognize, as you do catch flashes of it, and it's a very tight room. It's a very small room. The zombie ogre fills up the whole space of it as it hovers over you as you are crouched down into the corner of this very thin, small room that is there. But you don't recognize where this is from.
Interesting. Well, knowing that Yvonne would be... He'd probably be thinking after the fireballing.
Yes.
That clearly the fight didn't work out and he's left alone.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably knowing the group, knowing Agamemnon and Percy and Gemini, probably didn't abandon him left for dead, but they're regrouping, he thinks.
Right.
And so he's waiting.
With that, you are waiting. And
Waiting
you're able to
moment.
You do catch a couple of, you try to keep track of time, of the passage of time. It's been, after a little while, it's been a few days. And you keep catching, moments of it as you're exhausted, but you do what you can to keep your strength. And there's
Jeez.
Yeah.
It has. Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah. But you keep a moment, as your head, it's fuzzy, things are swiveling, and you're alone in this dark room that you, while the zombie ogre is missing for, only comes in periodically, making sure that you're not able to truly full rest to be up to your full strength, but you are alone currently in this darkness, and your head is swirling, but you feel something in the darkness. You feel something almost like in your mind's eye. You feel it like kind of creeping, this kind of swirling in the room, just kind of passing, not rapidly, but passing around. You feel it distantly, this kind of darkness. Do you tune into it? What are you doing in this moment?
You said it's a tight room. That big zombie is still in here, right?
No, right now you're alone.
Right now I'm alone.
Correct.
I'm gonna try casting light on myself again.
Yeah, easy enough. You you go and cast light. Your head's a little fuzzy, but you are able to cast light. Illuminates into the room, casting light, and you see like I said, you cast this long shadow behind you, but as you are able to cast light on yourself, but you do see like just the stone wall of this room. But there's something that seems to, like, you realize there is something that you're sensing that is beyond this room. And you feel it, and you feel this shadow, and you focus for a minute, and you feel, for a moment you have double vision as the room seems to go in and out as you're focusing. But then you recognize a shadow that is in the distance. You realize that is the shadows as you kind of, looking, you see the light that passes, but the shadows that are there, you almost feel like you can peer past. And now with the light, now you almost feel like a guide that you can peer past further into this darkness. And the feeling that you get is one of familiarity, and you get a sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach as you seem to recognize the sudden shadow that is there. As you know, Gemini, Agamemnon, Percy, they should be regrouping. They're going to be regrouping, and they're going to be coming here to the Flame Skull. This shadow, this presence, you've sensed it a few times before, a few times on Percy.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
What?
Oh, that shadowy presence. I thought it was the other one.
You have a friend.
We've got lots of shadowy presences, but that's the one. Oh, now I know. Yeah.
I thought it was the other one that tried to kill us.
Yeah.
The godly one, not this one.
Not this.
You better treat my friend well.
But you sense it, and then suddenly you can't stop sensing it, as you almost can picture like this that presence, and you get a flash of just a shadowy silhouette of this, almost this like humanoid like creature, and it's walking further away from you, and you hear ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Your heart in your chest it races a little bit as you feel this presence is seeking, and is trying to get to Percy.
Then why is it here?
You wonder that.
Huh.
For a moment with your light, you see the light and you watch as it flickers. You feel a surge of energy for a moment. Do you try to interfere with this shadow? Or what are you doing?
Define surge.
You feel... Yeah, right? Define surge. You know what? Give
Do
me
I feel like...
This is gonna be fun. I hope you've got Yvonne at the ready. I never asked you this. Surprise!
I actually do. I've had it up this whole time.
Let's go. You have disadvantage, but give me a wisdom check. And I was just about to say it's been 16 minutes. Yeah. First roll back.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Oh, look at these delicious
Not even
poppers.
on the characters we were playing last time. Love it.
Right. Surprise.
And what did you say it was?
Wisdom.
Ugh. 9.
You have disadvantage, technically.
Yeah.
I know.
I know.
Natural one. Oh.
Oh, okay, 9. With a 9,
Yeah, 9.
your head feels a little fuzzy, so it's hard to say if it's just this illusion that you've made up in your head, or if you have some power left. But you feel like this light, you almost feel like you can bend it. You're like, if I could just shine it brighter, if I could just lock down onto this figure, you feel like you can, there's a chance that you can, but you don't know, you know it will take some of your strength, but you know that you could try.
To lock down on the figure?
Mm-hmm.
Like, focus on it and get a feeling of it?
Yes. I think you, in this moment,
Okay.
like I said, this fuzzy head with a 9 fuzzy-headed moment, it's more than that. You feel, because you know that you feel like this threat. There's a threat that is here, and you're already stuck in this situation because of another threat. And how is Percy and Agamemnon and Gemini going to help you if there is this threat also lurking about? You feel maybe there's a way to interfere.
Do I feel like this shadow is a threat to me?
No. Right now, you think the shadow doesn't even know that you recognize that, you know, the shadow has not even noticed you in any way. You've sensed its presence from afar. You think if you were to do nothing that this shadow wouldn't even know that you were here.
Interesting.
Kitty. Oh my
In that
god.
case, actually, in that case, Yvonne is not going to interact with it.
Okay.
Yvonne is just going, if I may,
Mhm.
Yvonne's just going to sit up and just get in a comfortable position and calmly, not aggressively,
Uh-huh.
just recite Word of Radiance
Yeah. You
and
sit up.
bide his time. Yeah.
You sit up. And you focus on yourself, needing to regain your own strength. And you begin to recite Word of Radiance, almost in like a small prayer form to Lathander. And as you do, you feel the light, the casting of light that you made, and then with the Word of Radiance, this room gets brighter and brighter and brighter. And you feel warmth. For the first time in a while, you feel comfort, you feel protection. But again, Gemini, Agamemnon, and Percy, there's worry there. For a moment, you feel endless. You feel a part of this light. Would you, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this, how does Yvonne feel about Percy, Agamemnon, and Gemini? Do you feel confident? Do you feel protective? Do you feel worried?
Confident in their ability to get me? To succeed? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yvonne is not concerned at all at this moment.
With your confidence, and you feel that surge.
Arrogance.
Arrogance, yeah, exactly. Arrogance. I would like you, this is not with disadvantage, I want you to roll a flat d20 for me.
What is that?
Yeah.
20 being the worst, right? 20 being the worst? Yep.
Yvonne is just fine.
He's vibing, guys. He's just vibing.
Vibing. As you were there, You feel confident. You are unafraid. You are surrounded in light and warmth in this moment. You know it is temporary and it'll pass, but so too is your imprisonment. You know this. It is also temporary. And they will find you, and they will be okay. And you will be okay. And you know that the only thing that needs to be afraid is the flame skull that sits outside of your room somewhere in this dungeon.
Yvonne is preparing what he's going to say to Flame Skull when he gets out.
And as you say this for a moment, for just a moment, you hear a deep voice. Deep but soft. That just says, just for a moment, almost behind you, distantly but near. A reward. A blessing for my dear cleric.
Oh?
And you turn to look, but all you see is the light all around you still, with word of radiance and light. And nothing. And you go and continue, but you feel this warmth, this sudden warmth. And for a moment you thought you heard a voice. And for a moment you wonder, Lathander? But the moment is gone. And we will return to Scarlet, Gemini, Agamemnon, and Percy.
With that natural 20, I thought Yvonne was now level 7 or something mad like that. I was like, jeez.
We're gonna get to that.
We're gonna get to that. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. As you guys come to, you guys are able to come to. It is the, loose morning for a new day. You guys got some bobble-headed zombies and a skeleton with you. But the floor is yours. I will say...
Percy, before we start.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I mean...
Tradition!
Okay.
It's tradition!
It has been a month.
It's tradition! It's been a month!
I haven't rolled above a 50 since we've been doing this. That was one that challenged you. Did you roll a D100 or a D20? I don't. Will you stop it?
Okay, with that out of the way.
Incredible. 1 second, I gotta get dairy pills. My mom put.
We are off to a very good start.
James.
Yes.
James, can I just say that in character, we do that every single morning as a bit of gambling while we wait for people to wake up. Add 5 gold to your gold total. Percy pays you 5 gold from all the previous times that you've beaten him.
Incredible.
Agamemnon kicks you awake. He's like, get up, it's time to gamble.
Yes.
I just have a bad gambling habit.
Also, Cody.
Yes.
Goddamn. Cody.
Yes.
Can I, since we long rested, can I switch out my spells?
You may.
Yeah.
They're so much hotter than I thought. They're so much hotter than I thought.
I'm glad you warned me before I ate one.
Yeah.
I'm about to be poisoned, guys. Wish me luck.
Don't do that.
Delicious.
But as you guys wake up, Percy,
Yes.
you wake up, you're at the library, there's a lot of undead bodyguards guarding the entryway, but you're feeling a little peckish.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm just telling you, you're feeling a little peckish. You might have you might have rations or something in your pack. I don't know. I'm just saying you're feeling peckish.
With a sense of utter dread, he reaches into his pack for a snack.
Okay. So the sense of utter dread in your stomach as you're like, the knots did not, why like this? You reach in, you are able, there's your rations, but also too, for a moment, you go, wait, because next to your rations is a diamond.
Ooh.
What?
And you think it's the same diamond that you thought Yvonne had.
What?
Huh.
Carry on.
Okay. Carry on. Oh, just carry on. Carry on. Cool. Cool.
Bless. Bless.
I take it out of my pack
Okay.
and I say, "Who misplaced this diamond?" Diamond? What the fuck?
Oh, can you close your door? I'm hearing a little bit of an echo.
Yeah. I will try again.
But yeah, you realize it is a diamond that is worth 300 gold pieces.
Hey, Agamemnon, double or nothing.
Yeah.
I wait. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm not joking.
You should have took that one.
I'm not joking.
Yep. Oh, it's too late. You said you were joking.
Yep. Who put this in here? Not that I don't appreciate the gesture, guys, but who put this diamond in my pack?
Me.
Actually, when did we have a diamond?
We got a diamond at some point, but Yvonne was supposed to have had it.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
I mean, I have a diamond the size of my fist.
That was the diamond. No, that is the diamond. That is the
Did I
diamond.
give it to Yvonne?
Yeah.
I did?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
you did, didn't you?
Yeah, we gave it to
Oh,
Eva.
you did.
It's still in my inventory, my bad.
It's okay. It's now in Percy's
We have
inventory.
2 diamonds.
Okay, I'm taking it out of my inventory.
There you go.
Do any of you have a use for such diamond?
I guess that it will yet to be seen.
Who asked that question? That's the question.
Jim, that was Scarlet.
No, I'm not sure, really. Do you?
I don't believe so. Most of my spells don't use such expensive materials.
What can I say? I'm a first-class sorcerer. It's just things I've picked up over my time. I never knew that summoning diamonds into my pack was the thing I could do, but clearly something. Well, I'm going to hold on to it for now, just in case anyone else needs it. Just let me know if you've got a reason for using it. If not, we can always sell it, I guess. If not, we can always sell it. Yeah. The annoying thing is, though, that diamond replaced all my rations. So, does anyone have anything to eat? As somewhere in a space unknown to me, Yvonne is eating my snacks right now.
Yep. Look, Yvonne's like, yes, rations, let's go.
Hell
I have
yeah, we
some
switched
strength.
out the bags.
Do we have one more room to explore, folks?
We do. The question is...
That is up to you guys, because technically, you guys also have the elevator and stairs.
So, would we want to progress straight from a long rest to a dragon? Or would we like to finish exploring this room and take our time with that?
I think we should let the party decide. Do you really think, Scarlet, in all of your travels, have you ever fought a dragon before?
I have not. A dragon is quite a rare thing, actually. The most I encounter are like Agamemnon here. Much smaller, I believe.
Yes, well,
I will say, Scarlet,
obviously
I feel
fought
like
men
Scarlet,
myself,
you would have
but-
met briefly. I mean, not personally, but you've also seen half dragons in Encore.
What's a half dragon?
I will pull up a picture. Half dragon.
The body of a man and the head of a dragon.
There we go.
It's like
Yeah,
a
you see?
centaur.
It's like another,
Yes.
another more. Here we go. I'll put it in our meme stuff. But yeah, half dragon.
Oh, wow.
The ones who
Oh.
have tails.
Oh yeah, because Dragonborn don't have
Yeah,
that.
Dragonborns don't typically have tails, but half dragons do.
Huh.
Yeah, hello there. Me too.
Curious. Well then, yes, but no dragons. Proper dragons. No offense, Agamemnon.
None taken.
Does Percy have any, from all of his time at the college, does he have any idea of, like, dragons, weaknesses, history, anything that could, like, give us a bit of a hand, or give himself a bit of guidance on, like, what to expect?
Sure. Give me a history check.
I can do that. 25.
Nice. With 25, I'm going to say you definitely know, like I said, dragons are always, that's one of the first things that everybody wants to, look up, and understand the second that they step foot into, the college at Encore, because that's always, the tales of dragons. That's what everybody, it's almost just like, which skeletons too are also classical. The people are like, ooh, but it's also, that's a little bit more niche and like, ooh, spooky, undead. But, dragons,
Dragons are cool.
Dragons are cool. You do know that there are two types of dragons, that they are separated into metallic and chromatic. And metallic dragons are known to, the gold, the brass, the silver. They're known to be typically of good alignment. They're typically heard to be noble and kind. Whereas the chromatic dragons, which are like the red, the blue, the green, they tend to be more evil or more instinctual, greedy, territorial. The thing about dragons, unfortunately, that stands out to you, because you rolled a 25?
Uh-huh.
I will say, that dragons have more strengths than they have weaknesses, and that's what makes them so formidable, is that they are fast, they are strong, and their hides, with their dragon hide and scales, makes them difficult to hit. You would also know that a dragon's senses are very high. They can see in the dark, but more than that, they can sense. And I will say that is information you would have. They can sense around you, that they don't have to necessarily see you to sense you within a certain radius.
Mm.
And for...
Wonderful.
Yep, just a heads up.
You see Percy go kind of, like, pale as he starts to recollect all these details. And his customary sort of, like, bravado is I wouldn't say gone completely, but it's certainly more reserved, and
you do
like,
know...
for the first time you see genuine concern on his face.
That's fair. And I will say that for blue dragons, when the guys you think and you're like, wait, is that correct? No, I think that's correct. Because all dragons have a breath weapon. And you're like, blue dragons, of course, just like Agamemnon, prone to lightning. And blue dragons, they're always known as the storm dragons, that they always like to be, found in like caves out near the seaside, just ready and waiting to burst out, and, anybody's like, it's always like the fear of like, that's what you remember reading. That's the stories that people, would say about the blue dragons of like, oh, be careful if you're on the beach anywhere, because, any sinkhole, any cave could lead to like, the cave of a dragon, which is, you think, ridiculous, until you're here now sitting at a library wondering, would this be a cave for a blue dragon?
Wonderful.
But yeah, that's what you know.
Well, I believe at our current strength, if it's a youthful blue dragon, we could probably take it on.
Did anyone have any when I saw, was it myself that opened the book and saw the dragon? DM.
When
I opened the
What
book
book?
that was a trap, I saw
you did not
something,
see the
didn't I?
dragon. You saw like you understood and you saw Sullivan.
Sullivan, but
Yeah,
I didn't see the dragon.
Yeah, you heard while you were seeing Sullivan though, you heard Sullivan running, gasp, kind of, and also too Agamemnon would know this too because Agamemnon had a similar encounter because Agamemnon had Sullivan while he was running. You saw Sullivan have the book out and was writing in a journal like a separate book, had the blue book, the tome, out, and seemed to be studying and doing something. And while that was going on, you heard something in the distance, like this kind of rumbling, and that's when the earthquake, you felt that in real time.
Oscar?
And
But
was
you
it the earthquake of a baby dragon or a large dragon?
Felt like an earthquake, like a general, just...
Rick 7, Rick 2, what are we talking about?
Listen, if I were more versed in, numbers for earthquakes, maybe I'd have something, but sorry guys, DM, it's an earthquake. A wink.
The lack of competence around here.
But no, you did not see the dragon.
I just know it exists.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
Correct.
Basically.
But guys, there's more of us now. That flame scroll could be taken care of.
Yeah.
Would it not be better to retrieve the treasure first, and then... that is why we're after this, correct?
You made a very valid point.
So that
If we can...
Yvonne's head doesn't
attain
get crushed like a melon by the zombie ogre.
I'm all about getting that treasure. Let's go for the treasure.
So, group decision, folks. Are we going for the dragon, or are we going to explore a little bit more first?
That is the question.
Thoughts?
Agamemnon, Gemini?
Dragon.
Let's explore.
All right,
Okay.
one vote for dragon, one vote for explore.
All right.
Scarlet, Percy.
I'm not confident in facing the dragon.
Aren't we all?
I'm a little scared.
That's fair. That's fair. Percy, Scarlet, we
Percy.
got one vote for dragon, one vote for exploring.
It's been one of those things where we've put it off for so long. The longer we put it off, the worse it's going to be. I say we fight the dragon.
Ooh. Dragon. Scarlet.
I agree with this.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
You know what? After your take on that, Percy, I agree with you. The longer we put this off, the worse it's going to be.
And
Exactly.
above
And
board,
the longer Yvonne has to suffer.
above board, we could probably also come back
This is true.
afterward.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is true.
probably
Depending on what happens.
Yeah.
Depending.
the next party to come by and see what happens.
Yeah! Roll new characters. All right.
I say there's enough bodies here for 3 parties.
Yeah. They're like, why aren't there all these undead randomly?
Yeah, Violet falls through a different hole. Oh, hello.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah, screw it. Oh, yeah.
Well, then I'm going to ask also, how are you guys going down to the third floor? Because technically you guys have options there too.
I don't think it's a bad idea to go down the lift, because the lift is supposed to be the one that takes us up. I say if we go down the lift, we may get an element of surprise.
Wasn't the lift only to this floor?
No, it goes all the way down, doesn't it?
As far as you think, Percy, you think it goes all the way down.
Yeah.
I mean, the end of the lift on this floor had a slime in front of it.
Not every floor's going to have a slime.
I
This
know.
floor has a dragon.
What would you guys
So
fucking
far,
do? What would
Percy,
you guys
it's 1
fucking
and
do
2.
if I made you guys step out and just immediately get hit by another gelatinous cube? What would
I would be kid.
you do?
Rage quit.
It's not a 0%
Yeah, right.
chance.
It's not 0. All right. And you do remember, Percy, that you can force it to take you guys down.
Yes.
You guys
You
will take some damage.
Was it 4 force? I think it was.
It is rolled.
Maybe we should just go down the hatch and not take damage.
I say we split up the party. Myself and Agamemnon will go down the lift. And
We'll
time
meet you
it.
in the middle.
We'll time it when I think you're down the stairs.
Incredible.
What do you think of that, Scarlet?
I think that was a good plan, except it was
Thank
awful.
you. Oh,
Decision.
well, I appreciate the honesty, I guess.
I suggest we go through with my plan. Here, let's put it to a group
What is your
vote.
plan? What is your plan, actually? Because I see
We
you
go
have friends.
we go down the revealed hatch, and not force ourselves through a unstable teleporter.
I mean, when you put it like that.
We did kill the defender of the hatch, so I say we go there, we inspect it. If it's dangerous, we go the other way.
I think there's a point of order in this meeting. We can take away the if it's dangerous. There's a dragon downstairs. I'm fairly sure I'll safely assume that it's dangerous.
But one route is slightly more dangerous than the other, Percy.
Yeah, well, if
You
don't go
went to
into
school, you
semantics-
can understand mathematics.
I don't understand semantics, not mathematics, because your maths don't make any sense. But, yeah, I guess we'll do it your way.
Very well.
Come on, team. Follow your brave and fearless Flint Whistlers. Come on.
Excuse me, lads.
Well, only the heads turn of the skeletons.
Excuse me, lads. Would you mind awfully moving out of the way?
Could you scooch over?
They'll just march forward and do like the.
Yes. I will ask, Scarlet. There's some
Oh,
more
no.
bodies.
Oh no, they're tilted.
No, they're tilted. What have you done?
They all do the Helldiver salute.
Right. Reporting for duty. Incredible.
I'm gonna untilt them, but yes, we may proceed.
I was gonna say, Scarlet, there are a couple more bodies, but if you do not wish to, then we can just take
That I
one
can
more.
take. There are.
Yes.
I thought you said I can only take these 4. Well,
that's just
don't
the
let
only
me
ones
say
that-
otherwise. I mean,
I would say that
don't
there's
argue
2
this.
more. Yeah, exactly. Don't exactly. Why argue this? I was gonna say there's at least 1 more skeleton and zombie.
okay, I'll take them both.
Because technically you guys fought a couple. Yeah, so I will. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
You do.
Just 1 cast of Animate Dead
Mhm.
and 2 additional Rogers. So one additional Roger.
1 additional Roger. All right. Let me
God,
get it.
these names are too much to manage.
1 additional.
Too
They're
much to
just
manage. They're all
They're just
called
Roger.
Roger.
No, they're all Roger. What do you
it's
mean?
not like to make, but like there's so much space on the screen.
That's so funny.
There's, like-
I know. This is.
I like how Cody and I went to the same point. We're like, what do you mean?
Yeah, we're like, wait, they're all Roger?
There's 10 of us now. We're running out of lake room.
Let's see, run by Soul.
I'm not complaining too much though.
And nameplate and controlled by Soul. There we
And
go. All right.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Scarlet,
Oh yeah.
please
make sure-
can I have a zombie butler?
Maybe. When you learn
Maybe.
to cast this spell for yourself.
Fist bump, yes.
Oh yeah, in
Oh,
28.
I'm gonna learn that spell. I'm gonna learn that spell so well.
Incredible. All right, so we are going to the stairs.
It seems like it, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm okay. That's what I wanted to make sure. All right, so presumably before I switch everybody, you got unless there's something, you guys, very easily are able to, get out. It is in the whoops, I don't want to move everybody yet. After the, in the pentahexa room. In the
DM,
Yes.
DM,
Yes.
could you reveal the skeleton's name, please?
Oh, I thought
It's
I did.
unnamed.
Oh, I thought I did. Oh, whoops. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
There you go. Roger number 20, Gale number 5. You guys are able to go through the second door, going through the nice, casual, comfy living room, the kitchen that is basically in cinders, the training room, all the way down until you get to the room that had the mimic. I will ask like I said, there is that hatch, you know, those stairs that go, it's not even a hatch, it's literally just stairs that go all the way down, and I'm gonna copy paste everybody over. And I'm gonna ask, ignore those people that are down there, those people don't exist.
Roger
No,
17, he's
Roger
still with
17.
us.
Oh wait, I didn't copy everybody. What the hell, man? I didn't copy them all. But basically, I gotta try this again. I can copy everybody. Why can I not? I can copy everybody. Come on now. Copy. And paste. Yeah! Okay, there we go. Goodbye, Roger 17. It was nice knowing you.
No.
But yes. But all of you are way up here. I will say, how do you proceed?
On foot.
Who is first?
On foot.
Well, yeah.
On foot.
On foot. Love it.
I'll let you sort out your Rogers.
Oh wait, this guy's dead. Goodbye. But yes, but you do see that there is the hatch that is there. But I will say, like I said, who's going down first? Do you guys have a marching order? What is the operation here? As you see the stairs that just descend down.
So I think the marching order is Roger, Gale, Gale, Roger, Gale.
You will see that there is light. It goes down into darkness, but there is a little bit of light at the end of the stairs.
Yeah, what are our conditions exactly? Just light, like just a bit of light down the stairs.
Right, like the stairs just like are dark until like you see like the very end. The stairs seem to go down about like almost like 10 feet down. Like it like goes wide and then begins to narrow. The stairs begin to narrow because they're too wide, but they begin to narrow into like one wide. But you do see a little bit of light.
I could go first since I could see.
Gemini, do you go
Yes,
first?
we should probably send Gemini first.
Okay.
Yes, you are well versed and seen in the dark.
Gemini.
Uh-huh.
I will ask, how are you getting down there? You just walking? You stealthing? What you doing?
Never good at stealth, but I could, yeah, I would stealth
Okay.
down there probably.
Okay, give me a stealth check. You do have disadvantage because of your armor.
Plenty armor.
Yep.
No.
We've got your back, Percy whispers a little bit too loudly.
Incredible. Oh. Don't worry, guys. It
Okay.
couldn't get much worse than this.
It's
Yeah,
technically...
No. Okay.
That's technically true, yeah.
So what's your total for stealth?
6.
Okay.
Not as bad as I thought.
No, not as bad, not as bad. Gemini, you go down, and it does narrow, but I did misspoke. It does narrow, but you do see after it narrows a little bit and you get a little cramped, it does widen up again. But you are able to get down, shimmy down these weird, like I said, you're kind of surrounded. It's very short. Like, you kind of have to, like, bend down a little bit just to... Or how tall is Gemini? Before I say that.
I'm 5'7".
Okay, so yeah, you have to bend just a little bit, as it is like a little bit cramped in here, as the ceiling is not very high. It's like this weird, like, you know, kind of crawl, you know, like kind of weird step space for the stairs, but you're able to step down, and you get down and you're hit with the smell of this, like, this kind of musky smell that kind of comes through as you're trying to stealth through. It smells like mold almost, and like this like water, like almost like this kind of like sitting water as you go through, and you find yourself, you kind of look around and you kind of see that there is this little like square room that opens up on all sides. Like, you're descending down the stairs and you can see across from you, about like once you hit the bottom of the stairs, about 30 feet ahead of you, you see that there is a portcullis that is down. Also in front of you, before the portcullis, in the middle of this room, you kind of see that it is like sunken in almost. It's stone. All of this room appears to be stone, but then towards the middle of the room, you see like planks of wood that are like broken in, and there's water. And there's a bunch of water that is there in the middle of the room. And that's where that smell is coming from. You have a 15 passive perception, I believe. Which actually I think it's supposed to be 16. Yeah. I need to fix that. I did look at your sheet earlier. I think it's supposed to be 16. But with your passive perception, in the middle of the water appears to be a wheel, like a half wheel of some kind that's like sticking, like just barely sticking up a little bit out of the water, but is mostly in the water. But then also to the left and the right, like the walls kind of go through, but you do see large doors. And it's weird, because like, you see like there's a little bit of light, because ahead of you there's 2 torches that are lit and kind of flickering. But the doors are weird, like even at a glance. You kind of just like peek around, and at a glance you see these doors, these 2 big double-sided doors. But one side is made of stone and the other side is made of wood. And it's like that on both sides.
What?
You appear to be alone. The doors are shut, and the portcullis is also closed.
Okay. I would probably want to investigate
and also,
those doors.
Actually, speaking of, since you're the first one down here, we have 2 rolls that I need Gemini to make.
Oh, no.
No.
The first roll is for the dragon. I need you to roll
what?
a d4 for me.
Oh, what?
Don't do it. It's a trap. Don't do
A
it.
d4.
You have
These
free
2
will.
rolls.
You don't have to do this.
These 2 rolls are going. You have free will. You don't have to do this. I want to say these 2 rolls determine where both the dragon is and Sullivan. Oh, with that, nice, a 2. Sweet, I don't even have to move the dragon. The dragon is already, I already put the dragon where it's supposed to be, apparently. But roll me another d4, and this is for Sullivan.
Inside the dragon, wonderful.
Right, yeah, exactly, 2 and 2.
He's
Good
in
job,
the dragon.
good job. So proud, so proud. So proud.
Eaten.
Oh,
Well done,
boy.
Gemini. Well done.
Oh, boy. Yeah, 2
Well
and 2,
done,
huh?
Gemini.
All right. Cool. All right. Continue.
At least you didn't step on a trap. So there's well done, Gemini. You've avoided all the traps. Well done.
So far.
Isn't she marvelous, chaps? Isn't she marvelous?
Yeah.
I think I would want to investigate the weird doors, because they're weird.
Sure. You step over. Do you see the door on the left, the door on the right, or the portcullis that is in front of you?
Ooh.
Oh.
Big door.
Oh, God. The door on the left.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go over and you inspect the door on the left.
Sorry.
With just your passive, it doesn't appear to be locked. You feel like you can just pull the doors pull in. You realize. Do you listen to the doors? Are you investigating the doors? What are you doing?
I'm investigating the doors.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Love
20.
to see it.
Unnatural
20. Nice. With an unnatural 20, you investigate the door. You're looking at it, kind of like, just lightly inspecting. There doesn't feel any weird temperature changes. There doesn't appear to be anything magical or mechanically trapped about this door. You know it is unlocked. And I will say, too, with that roll mixed with your passive perception, you also don't hear anything on the other side of this door.
Gemini, what do you hear?
Gemini, I will say that you're probably too far to hear Percy.
Okay, she's probably too far to... Gemini!
There you go!
Oh god.
I love that Percy has message and yet shouts instead. You hear the shouting of
The
Percy.
one time he doesn't is the
Yeah,
one time you mention
time
it.
he
Listen,
doesn't
you guys
use
get so
message.
annoyed when I use it all the time that, you know.
You should be proud, Cody.
Incredible. Gemini,
Yeah, I
you
do
hear
that
the
in
shouting
message.
of Percy.
I do that in message. I do
Distantly.
that in message. I do that in message. I do that in message. I do that in message.
You hear one shout of Percy, of Gemini, and then
a
you hear in your
swift
head.
smack from
Yeah!
Agamemnon.
Yeah, and after a swick smack from Agamemnon, you hear a message in your head.
Agamemnon. What do you hear? Anything? Is it safe? Is the dragon gone? Is Eve on there? Are we okay to come down? Can we join you?
Ah!
He's on there, he says.
Is Eve on there?
I don't hear anything, but you guys come on down and come near me.
She says it's completely safe. We've got nothing to worry about.
All right.
That's not what I said.
That's not what I said. All right. Well, let me move people down. In that case, now that we know where Gemini is at, I will also make sure to put Gemini's token in the right spot as well. Let me reveal the proper areas here. And then I will move everybody. Okay.
By the way, Sol, did you see what Cody did on
You're gonna have to be more specific.
I know, right?
in
We're just
the
sitting-
gifs and memes channel? I was annoying Cody before and saying, "Can I roll a perception check and have an idea of what's coming in store for me?"
Yep.
And I rolled high, and that's what I got in the gifs and memes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that was about.
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's
I
see.
believe it.
I think the smiley face was completely unnecessary.
He's
We're
a
gonna be honest.
And time to move everybody.
If my coffee gets annoying, please tell me so I can put myself in push to talk.
Oh no, you're fine.
Yeah.
I will say everybody will have to move.
That's what that face.
You were coughing?
Yeah, you were coughing. You cast Pass Without a Trace?
I do.
Okay. Easy enough, Gemini. You start
As
to
soon as
hear.
everybody gets down.
Yeah, you start to hear your comrades start coming down, and you immediately cast Pass Without a Trace, going, "Uh-oh, wait a minute." Just
and
in
I
case.
ritually cast Detect Magic while we were waiting for Gemini to do the exploring, if that's
Sure,
okay.
that's fine with me. I will say then,
sorry.
Percy, I'll say you're not quite there yet. I'll say, Percy,
Yes,
you still,
yeah.
you're still not, you're not quite there yet. But feel
can't-
free to. You can't what?
Sorry, I can't get over all the fucking all the undead I have
The
following
small
us.
army of. As they just go down the
Do
stairs.
they walk in perfect unison as well, like
Oh,
Cybermen
yes.
from Doctor
Oh,
Who?
of course.
I can't feel my face.
But as you guys see, as you guys are able to come down, like I said, Gemini, you do see that there is these. Like I said, you guys see what I described to Gemini on both sides, to the left and the right. There's these two big double doors, half made of stone and half made of wood. And then you also see, this metal portcullis that is up here. And also, too, like I said, in the middle of the room, like the whole room is made of stone that's a little lopsided, I would say. But you see the middle of this room, in the middle of it, there's wood. Like the stone turns to wood, but the wood has splintered and cracked, and water has filled it now. And in the center of this room, you see there's like a little bit of like a half circle, like a wheel, like part of a wheel that's submerged in this water. But Agamemnon, Scarlet, you are now there with the Gemini, as Percy is still casting Detect Magic.
The party has split up after all.
It begins. This is where Percy goes, just kidding, I'm not detecting magic. I'm actually going back, DM, and I'm going to use the elevator.
Don't joke, he might.
He might, I know. For
Giving
real.
him notions.
I know, for real. But yeah, what are you guys doing?
Hey,
Yes?
nothing.
Uh,
Shenanigans. Shenanigans? Agamemnon, Scarlet, what are you doing?
I would let them know that the door is unlocked.
Okay.
By the way.
Charlotte's probably trying to just organize the crowd.
Yes, as the skeletons and the zombies start filling in. You watch as Gale number 5 slip almost for a second and then like shake off one of his feet as he's like accidentally
This is
stepped in the
why
water.
we need organization.
He just goes. He's like sad grumbling. Agamemnon, what are you doing?
Hanging out.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for something to pop up and kill me.
You know what? Valid. Fair.
You
So
were the only one that voted for the other room, so I don't believe
Yeah, that is true. Agamemnon's like, oh god, oh god. Agamemnon, actually, I will say,
Yes.
give me a constitution check. Not a save, just a check.
Roll.
So for constitution, so you just add your constitution to it.
That's a 6.
6. With the 6, as you're descending the stairs and you're getting into this room, for you're like the deeper down you go, and now standing in this room, you have begun to get a headache, as you feel like your head begin to pound just a little bit, like almost like not a migraine, not quite there, but like you're getting a headache and you're feeling a little off.
I'm
That's
under pressure.
all. Yep, that is all. Carry on. Yeah, push it down on me. Yeah, carry on. What are you guys doing?
I think I would want to investigate or I would actually encourage someone else to investigate the
I love how confident our party is right now. So confident, so committed.
well, my investigation skills will suck out.
I will say, Percy, it is about that time that your detect magic, you're good. You can start to come down now.
Does anything ping immediately? Because I have no idea what's going on. I'm just like looking everywhere.
Right. The second you come down, you start looking everywhere. It's a lot of water. Smells like sitting water.
Anything magic about the water?
Nothing magical about
Can
the
I
water.
investigate the water?
Yes, you may. Investigate the water.
I want to investigate. Percy's it's like everything now is like Percy mode activated. That is a unnatural 20.
Nice. With an unnatural 20 as you're
Tell me
detect
everything
magic
about
up,
the water, every
ready-
molecule. Come on.
Ready for about this water? A natural 20. You realize the water is like, you see like there's like, you kind of see like the cracks in like there is wood that's splintered down, and then you also see underneath like wood that is molding and molded away, and see stone, and you see that it's like, you feel like with an unnatural 20 that you are close to a water source in some way, like being this deep down. But also too, you do see like the wheel that is there. It seems to be one to pull. It seems to be a mechanical contraption that looks like the water is making it make it have some resistance. But you think with an unnatural 20 that this wheel mans the portcullis.
Okay, guys, this wheel mans the portcullis. Where else do you need me? I'm on fire. Give me something. Come on.
On fire! Where are we at? Yeah.
What do you need? I'm here. I'm present.
wheel.
Tell me. What's that? Sorry, what's a wheel?
Turn the wheel.
Turn the wheel. Are we ready to turn the wheel?
Are we ready?
Probably not.
Alright, cool. Nobody touch the wheel. Yeah. Just in case. Love it.
I think we should turn the wheel. What do you think?
But have you ascertained what's behind those doors?
No, but it's unlocked. You're more
Wait,
than
what
welcome.
could be the worst?
A dragon.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Percy clicks his fingers and points at Scarlet. This one is switched on as well.
Incredible.
I can come over and just press do something to then maybe see or hear what's on the other side.
Yeah. I'll say no check necessary. With your passive investigation, you notice the same things that
It's very
Gemini.
low.
Yeah. You notice
my investigation, actually.
Your investigation, yeah, not your perception.
Okay.
But with your passive investigation, you notice too, like Gemini has pointed out, it is unlocked, and there appears to be no mechanical or, and especially with your detect magic up, there's no mechanical or magical traps going on.
Okay, folks, there's 2 reasons why someone would leave a door unlocked.
They're not afraid?
They're not afraid. They're not afraid, and they want us to come in, or they left their key with the wrong neighbour who then came into the house and stole all their stuff. Now, that may be personal to me, but those are the only 2 reasons I can think of.
Has this happened before?
I don't want to talk about it. Hey, should we... What's on the other door?
I haven't looked at the other door.
Scarlet, what's on the other door?
Scarlet.
Is there like a keyhole I could peer through on this side?
There is not.
I have no idea.
But you may give an investigation check if you would like.
Love that.
Love it. There's no keyhole. Well, shrug. I tried.
Oof. That's a mere investigation.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a mere 15.
Nice. Well, with a mere 15, you notice it's strange, Scarlet. Like I said, you see that it's like this door. It's very strange with the 15. Like you notice, you said half of this door is stone and half of this door is wood, but it's even more than that. Like parts of the stone door have pieces of wood, and part of the wood door has like 1 or 2 bricks of stone. It's a very strange amalgamation pushed together. But you do not notice that there doesn't appear to be any magical incantations on the door or mechanical traps that you can find. And the door does also appear to be unlocked. Closed, but unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
Curious.
It is also quiet, you notice as well.
You said it's unlocked?
It is unlocked.
This door is unlocked. Too.
All the doors are unlocked.
Yeah, really?
That's awesome.
Yeah!
We don't have to break into these doors.
That's good. But what about the wheel, though?
This party's never gonna leave this one room. We're just gonna stay here in this one room.
I want to pull the wheel. I want to pull the wheel.
Wait. Question.
Yes.
Where's the light in this room coming from?
Right here. And right here. You see that there are 2 sconces that are on the wall that have lit torches.
Gemini, if we
There is
snuff
also, now that you guys are in this room, you do see that there is also more light that is coming from the other room that is, the portcullis is blocking.
Gemini, if we snuff these sconces, could you use your ranger abilities to sneak into one of these rooms and come back? Potentially?
You guys might want to stay with me because if you're not within 30 feet, then you're not hidden.
Oh, I'm with you no matter what.
I was thinking more, it's easier for you to be stealthy than all of us.
Well, we're all pretty stealthy right now. We all have +10 to stealth.
That is true.
Actually, but don't you think if we turned that wheel, this portcullis would probably open? Do we think that? Or do I just think that?
Percy, would you have explained that? Percy would have understood that. And,
yes, yeah.
Should we check
And
the
there's
side
no
rooms
light.
first, or?
Okay, let's do it. Which one?
I mean,
I
if
love
there's
the
light
fear
here, that might be where the
about
dragon
these
came
doors.
from.
I love the fear about these untrapped, unlocked doors.
Yeah.
I mean,
love it.
Say it like that. Can you understand why?
Right? Like, that's just a little
It's almost
suspicious.
like we have a good reason to be
Yeah, it's a little
suspicious.
sus, damn. It's a little sus.
Everything has been trapped. Everything's tried to kill us. Everything has been
that's fair.
The
That's
limit.
fair. That's fair. That's very fair.
Scarlet, the only thing is, if we snuff the lights, we no one else besides me will be able to see.
Okay. You'll come back and turn them on for us.
Okay.
Or you would. You could.
I could.
I'm still in the invisibility aura, right? Or the sneak aura, right?
You are, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
this room is not
Can I
big enough to. Yeah, like this room
can I
is.
just
This
peek
room's
this-
total big.
Just peek open this door.
Sure. You want to peek open? Give me a sleight of hand. I will say you have the plus the.
Sleight of
I'll
hand.
say yeah,
Ooh.
it's a sleight of hand, but I will say it. I'll say it counts with the plus 10 that you get for the thing. Woo!
Oh yeah.
30.
Incredible.
I have not used sleight of hand in so long. That's a 29.
Nice. 29. Like, not even just. It's just silence as you peek open the doors. You realize that this set of doors also pulls inward, but you are able to pull the door inward a little bit, just get a little bit of a crack to see in. And as you peer into this room, it is dark. There's a little bit of you see that it's dark. Do you open the door enough to cast light into it? But because I'm going to say at a glance, like I said, it's quiet and it's dark. And you do see, like I said, the bit of the floorboards just a little bit. You're able to see some of, like, there's wood, like some wooden panels on the flooring.
Can I see anything else?
Not without opening the door more, because you do not have dark vision. Like, that's what I'm asking. Are you
Yeah,
opening up the door
I know
enough
what
to
you're
cast
asking.
light?
I had to try.
Yeah, no. Nice try, though.
Well,
It is quiet.
maybe I'll just peek it just a little bit more.
Okay. You open up the door just a little bit more, just enough to cast a little bit of light in, so you can kind of see what's going on. And as you're able to cast a little bit more light, you see part of this room. You see, like, there's a bit of a weird transition where part of the room, like, at your feet, it's wood on one side, but it becomes stone on the opposite side. Although you can't see the far side of the room with just peeking the door open. But on one side of the room where there is wood, you see that there's wood paneling on the flooring and also wood walls. You see that there's a couple of chairs that are facing towards the wall, and you see that there is what looks to be a window.
Well, I think it's good news, because if it's the dragon down there and there's wood anywhere, we're probably safer. Because otherwise, he would have ignited it with fire.
Wood burns, Gemini.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about. It's not burnt.
You're smart. Very, very good point.
Incredible.
The people I work with. So, what's on your side?
Okay.
Yeah,
Percy,
what's on your
look.
side?
Percy, you first.
Oh, am I doing the sleight of hand check now?
Are you? Well, I don't know. Are you? I don't know what you're
Gemini?
doing.
Are
I don't
you
control
letting-
your characters. Yeah.
I stand aside and say, this one is for a professional, I think.
Okay. I got this. My
Trust.
sleight of
You're a
hand is plus
professional.
1, by the way. Keep.
Sleight of hand check.
Let's see.
I believe in you.
I'm helping, if possible.
No, there's no help with sleight of hand.
15.
Okay, 15. You pull open a little bit of the wooden door to peek in. It is dark, but you have dark vision. You are able to look, and you see that, as you, like, kind of poke, kind of just, like, you're trying to peer in a little bit, you do see that there is very similar to what Scarlet had seen, as there is one half of this room, you see the wood panelings, the wood flooring, but it bleeds into stone on the opposite side. You can't quite see the opposite side with just peeking the door open, but you do also see that there are wooden chairs on one side of the room that are facing the wall, and there also appears to be, you think for a moment, you're
So
like,
weird.
is that a window? But with your passive perception and dark vision, it's weird because there's a wooden frame like a window, but it's kind of hard to see, but you think it's stone behind it.
Of course, because there can't be a freaking window down here. I say we go in and check. Wood equals safe to me. Let's go.
You guys going through this door?
Let's see how Gemini goes first.
We're never leaving this room.
We're never leaving this room. Everyone just goes, you know what? Never mind. Let's walk it back. Let's go through the other door.
Don't we have, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, Scarlet, don't we have plenty of Rogers and Gales available?
What are you suggesting? We're fighting a dragon, Percy.
Yeah, and if one of them were to stumble into something, like a dragon, get incinerated...
Well, we only have 6 of them.
We have 2 doors.
I'm not wasting these resources, Percy.
Fair enough, it's true. We do have to send something that's replaceable and...
Why don't we just...
That means me.
I don't think that's me then. Something that's replaceable. Hello. Poor Agamemnon with his headache.
Oh my god, I just got a headache and coughing and laughing. Oh my god.
Agamemnon, you go into the room?
I'll walk through. No, I'll walk in.
No.
I'll walk in.
Okay. Percy, you walk into the room.
Provided
if you
there's
go in,
nothing
I'm
on the
going
floor
with
that's
you.
going to kill me.
Okay, you walk into the room, and as you walk into the room...
Yeah.
You die.
You die! No. You walk into the room, and like I said, it's this very small room, but it's weird, because it's like this... You feel like this... It's almost like this... It's almost like two... It looks like 2 rooms that have been, like, halved and put together and, like, smashed together. Like, the half of the room on this side is wooden flooring, and you see the wooden flooring going into wooden panels, and you see, like, these chairs that are kind of sitting, and you realize, like, poised as they're facing the wall, but specifically tilted and facing towards the window. It almost looks like the way that it's set up, you know, with what's going on, and you see, like, just... like different, like in the groove, you see some grooves in the windowsill itself. It almost looks like half of like what looks to be like a lookout point. Like if it wasn't underground, you might think like a watchtower. And then on this side of the room, where it becomes stone, you see that there are on the walls themselves are also stone, and you see that there are shackles that are dangling from the walls that are loose, unlocked, but are like attached to the walls, almost looking like it's like part of a jail cell. And you do also see like these kind of, like I said, the stone itself kind of looks a little jutted out of the wall. And Percy, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, great. My absolute freaking speciality. The dexterity saving throw.
Would he get +10 on that?
Nope, because it's only for stealth.
5.
5.
Oh.
5?
Shackle me up, DM.
Right? That's gonna go in the quotes.
Yeah, I was about to say
That's gonna go in the quotes. Shackle me up, dude. As you step foot in there and you realize and you see what's going on, you're like, huh. Suddenly, as clink hitting you right on the top of the head is a metal rod falls that was barely hanging on. As you open the doors, like that movement makes the rod fall down from the stone side of the room and kind of hits you on top of the head. You take 1 point of damage. It's a metal rod, but you do see this weird like kind of copper metal rod fall from the ceiling and just kind of roll, and just for a moment, and it just
1
falls.
point of physical damage, 10 points of pride damage.
Correct. Yeah, correct. But that's what happens.
Agamemnon, like, feel free to step in at any point and help me with that, because it wasn't exactly fast.
I will say, because now I need to look up. 1 second, because I gotta look up detect magic. Because your detect magic is still up. Oh wait! Actually, for fun, roll a Constitution saving throw. Make a concentration check. Make a concentration check for detect magic.
Oh yeah.
You're fine. I'm sure you're fine. What's your plus?
Plus what's our Constitution? 14.
Constitution. Yeah, you're totally fine. Let's see. 1 foot of stone. 1. I'll say that you would sense it. As you step in the room, Percy, I would say now that you're away from the large double doors, as you step in the room, something does ping as magical. And it's weird because you feel like it's past this wall. Like the wall, you realize you're like, it's not the wall itself, but there's like something almost like in the wall that is pinging as magical here.
I move closer.
Okay.
Sullivan Kane, what are you doing here?
Right? I'm going to say you're at the wall. You're at the,
Yes.
You're
and
part
I
of the stone wall.
Exactly what type of magic this is.
I will say that it is, it pings as transmutation.
So things can be changed? Is that what it means?
Basically. Yeah. Yeah, that's like the loose.
So this wall is not actually a wall.
Do you put your hand on the wall?
I'm very, very pleased that's your first thought, Percy.
I take one of my bolts.
Okay.
And I sort of scrape it along the wall.
Okay. You loosely scrape it along the wall. For funsies, roll me a d20. Loose d20. No. Okay. All right.
11.
11. You loosely scrape the bolt along the wall. It's a wall. It appears to be, even though it's pinging. But you realize, like I said, it's not the wall itself that is pinging as transmutation. But you are pinging transmutation magic, but it's like past the wall. But you put your bolt along the stone wall, and it is stone.
X to doubt.
X to doubt, yep.
Scarlet.
Is there anything else in that room?
I message Scarlet while I have a look around and say, Scarlet, this is magic, transmutation magic. Can you come have a look and see if you can find its origins?
I thought you were about to stop speaking because the message ran out.
And while I do that, I'll have a look around the room and see if there's anything else there. Or Agamemnon can actually while I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I see.
Is anybody doing an investigation check?
Yeah, Agamemnon can.
Scarlet will.
Sure about that?
If you
I clap you on the back as I walk past you. Yeah, you don't
Are you sure about that?
Scarlet, go ahead.
As I shall.
I cannot investigate anything.
Now, what would a 26 get me?
26.
Good question.
Percy, you pointed out that there appears to be magic in that area, correct?
Yes.
Okay, with the 20, you said 26?
Yes.
Yeah, so the 26 investigation, you're looking around the room, and I will say, Scarlet, now that you're looking with the 26, that copper metal rod.
Uh-huh.
You look at it. The investigation is intelligence. I'm going to say with this, for just a moment, you're looking at that, and it's like I said, it's a nice, it's a fairly, like I said, thick, thin, kind of like, what you're like, I'm just going to, pop somebody with this rod, but it's fairly, I'm trying to think how long to say that this is. I'm like, how long is this? Folks at home can see I am putting my hands out. I don't know, it's a couple, it's maybe 4 or 5, it's actually probably be 5, 5 feet long. It's a long thing of copper, but you realize it's solid copper. And you're you just you passively go, copper is conductive. And you passively have that thought.
Uh-oh.
I don't like where this is going.
And you loosely remember.
Wait, can I look? You said it fell, right?
It did fall. Yeah, it's on the ground.
Can I look up?
Sure. Yeah.
Is there anything on the roof Like, say, an electric trap?
You look up. Yeah, you look up, and there doesn't appear to be like an electric trap. Like this is the. It's weird because you see like where the stone jets out. Like whereas the wood paneling is smooth, the stone ceiling kind of jets down a little bit, and you see like loosely where the rod had fallen, as if it had been affixed to the stone ceiling, but had fallen down as if broken. Because it does look like this piece of like this like half of the room looks almost like it was like just ripped out and thrown together in here. But you just kind of loosely remember the thing that Hypnos had said to you loosely. You're just like, you remember, Hypnos is, when you ask any words of wisdom for a dragon, and besides the fact of him telling you, leave, leave, that'll keep you alive, but also too saying something along the lines of, well, also be careful if there's a way that you could stop its dragons, its breath weapon would be smart. But with that,
wait, when you say conducts, do you mean like a lightning rod conducts, or
you
like
think like a
would it just
lightning
conduct
rod
into
conduct.
me?
You think like a lightning rod. It's tall enough. You're like, it's tall enough. It's wide enough. You're like,
that's why you're talking about length.
That's why I was talking about length. Like it's like a very tall, like I said, pure copper rod, and it's very conductive. But you think like for a moment passively,
I think I will
lightning
put
rod
this
like
amongst my robes collections.
Where do you affix lightning? Do you look to Agamemnon and be like, here? Copper.
Because he's also lightning, so that wouldn't work.
You know what? That's fair. You,
I am lightning.
True. As you pick up
I am the storm.
The copper rod, almost like a walking stick, and you're continuing to investigate the room, you do notice that there is one, even though there's a lot of stones that are kind of misaligned, there's one in particular that looks like you could push it in.
Oh.
May I press it?
You may. You press
I'm
it.
pressing it.
Oh no, as you press it, you hear a bit of from the rumblings of the stone as it does appear to move over the stone wall into itself as it reveals to be a little bit of a hallway.
Oh.
So it appears to be a secret passage into a hallway.
Gemini, can you look down this passageway, please? Actually, wait. Before she does that, is there like a stone at my feet that I can see?
Sure.
Just like something small and throwable.
Oh yeah. There's plenty of stone. There's a couple of loose stones right here at your feet.
I just pick up a stone and just like, I wind up and then I stop. I'm like, Gemini, could you throw the stone down the hallway, please? You're stronger than I am.
Throw it hard.
Yeah. Whew. You toss the stone. Gemini with a good throw. The stone flies through the air. Click. And hits the back wall. And falls down and clatters to the floor. Like I said, this hallway appears to be completely stone. There does appear to be, it's flat. There's like a flat slab. Everything else is cobblestone, the walls and the flooring, but there's a flat slab at the end of the hallway. Almost door-like and door-shaped. That you can see, Gemini, now that you're walked in here, because there's no light. There's no light that's in here, but Gemini, you do see that there is that at the end of the hallway, and it's like, you see that there's also like something that's like inscribed on the slab itself.
Oh, like some kind I would have to go and look at it.
Sure.
Are
you proficient in Arcana?
Probably not. No.
Probably not. No. Okay. Well. And these runes look like nothing to you.
Oh shit. Okay, go back and get Percy. Percy.
Yes.
There's something inscribed on the door down the hallway. Can you go check it out?
Oh, hi.
Oh, he can't because he can't see.
Correct.
Shit.
I smash my head into the wall.
Yeah, Percy walks down the dark hallway.
Ow.
Can the torches in the other room? Can we take one, or is it affixed to the wall?
Do you guys not have have torches? Are you guys out
We
of
do.
torches and stuff?
We did no. We have torches.
Okay.
I have torches.
Well, they are. You can. That is true. You
The
could.
thing.
You can get the. I would say you would be able to get the sconce. You'd be able to shimmy the torch out of the sconce.
Gemini, it's cold and lonely down here.
I would go and get it, and
yeah.
come back.
Don't hurt me.
There I am.
Gemini comes back.
Gemini.
With yeah. Percy.
Ooh, a bit of light, Percy.
Oh, okay.
Percy, you are
Please.
proficient in Arcana.
Yes,
There.
I am indeed.
The thing that is, you realize your detect magic. What is pinging on your detect magic is what's on the door. There appears to be some kind of there's this kind of weird like runic picture that is there, and it's kind of hard to see. Like it almost looks like a pair of hands, and you're like, is it a box? Is it that it's trying to that it's like almost like it's in front of? Is it a box, or is it a cube, or is it a cylinder? It's what are these star shapes? Like there's a bunch of stuff that's going on the picture, but it pings this transmutation.
Okay.
Would you like to give an Arcana or Investigation check?
I would like to do an Arcana check.
Sure. Give me an Arcana check.
20.
18.
18.
Close.
Close. With an 18, it's weird because you're just like, this looks like a door. Like, this looks like it would be a door, but there is no handles. There's no door handles. It's just like this slab of stone that is in the wall. And you're standing in front of it and you're kind of beside yourself. You know that it's magical. Like, you know that these are pinging as transmutation. And you're looking at it and you're like, but the door itself, you're like, it's solid. It doesn't appear to be, it's not, there's no keyholes. You're like, this opens, but you're a little bit unclear as to how. It's magical in some nature. You do know, I will say with an 18, it requires magic.
Can I do one of my magical guidance things? Where I can re-roll a d20 skill check. Would that be allowed?
I believe, let me see, hang on, magical guidance. Because we
You
determine it's for
points
checks.
to re-roll a d20 skill check.
Okay, because we determine it's for checks, not for saves. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I will mark off one of my points.
Yeah, magical guidance, let's go.
Sure.
Better.
24?
There we go. With a 24, I will say that you're like, it's like it takes a minute and then you're looking at this and you're like, wait a minute, this is one of those, you've heard about this from your studies, that they're not very common. They're very, they're kind of like meant to be like rare and like found in like ancient tombs and stuff like that of like these different, stories and fables. But this is a magic door. And oftentimes it is requiring, like, it's almost like you need to offer magic, you think, to open it.
I cast Fireball at third magic.
It ends in flames, baby! And I would say with the 24, you would think that it's pinging transmutation. You think this door might require transmutation.
Okay. Can I mend the door?
Incredible. You try to mend the door.
Does
that work? Does
You-
that work?
Sure, you reach your hand up, and like you put your hand over top of like the runes that are engraved in, and you go to try to mend the door to try to like make it solid flat again, and you watch as those runes light up, as it does like glow a little bit, but it flickers and goes out. You think you're on the right track, but you think mending is not strong enough. But the door does flicker. The runes do flicker with you trying to do mending on the door.
Let's have a think.
And I go, whoa, what the hell?
Like, whoa! Yeah. And I was like, hello?
Do I have anything? I don't think I do. Starlet, you
Yeah.
hear in your head, we need
No.
transmutation magic. Fire into
No.
door.
No.
What do you mean,
No. Scarlett's like, no.
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't have any transmutation magic. I don't think.
Okay, dead end.
Well, do you tell everybody that's what's going on, or do you just message this to Scarlett?
I say this to Starlet because in my mind,
No,
she's the only other one that deals with magic.
Actually,
Very
wait
fair.
a second. Let me check.
Very
Is
fair.
invisibility?
I believe invisibility is evocation. Oh, no, or abjuration.
Yeah, I thought it was too, but it might be. It might be transmutation.
It's
there's so many
illusion.
wizard
I'm
spells.
all wrong. Invisibility is illusion magic.
Oh, right. That's its own thing. Yeah. No.
No.
Nope.
No.
What's Chaos Bolt?
That should be evocation.
Evocation.
Yeah,
That's
that should be
evocation.
evocation.
It is, yeah.
Yep.
Evocation is hurting things.
Correct. Evocation is hurting things.
As
It
a
can also
rule.
be healing things, because I believe Cure Wounds is also evocation.
Hey, Eva. Oh.
It's necromancy, isn't it?
Zachary.
No, Revivify.
Revivify.
is necromancy.
Cure wounds isn't necromancy?
Nope, Cure Wounds is evocation.
How about that?
The more you know. But yeah, with that, you think, Percy, without transmutation magic, you don't think this will open?
Yeah, that's illusion magic.
Watch out.
I'm assuming using mending multiple times only has the same effect because
Correct.
it's not
You do
powerful
try it
enough.
a couple of times, so you think a cantrip is not strong enough.
If we all cast men together.
If we cast them all together, everybody line up. I'm gonna teach everybody mending. We're gonna do it on the count of three.
Don't we?
Yeah, we got a few days.
Yeah, in that case, I admit defeat and I walk back in and say, guys, that's a dead end. We need transmutation magic, which I don't specialize in. I can mend many things, but I can't mend my spirit.
Gemini,
Yes.
give me an Arcana check.
It's all hopeless. There's nothing we can do. There's the dead end. It's over. We'd have to
God.
face the music. Face it. Take
16.
the other route.
16. Okay.
There's no way we can do this.
Percy is saying this.
Percy's just rambling
lamenting.
on.
And you're like, you realize you know spells. I mean, you're not like super, like you don't really know, you're like not as versed in like, the specialties of magic, but you're like, wait, I know spells. You're like, wait, would one of my spells work? You have this thought.
What?
Subtle.
Subtle. Yeah, I'm so subtle. so subtle.
I was known as the Wizard of Many Helps, and here I am, helpless. Oh, I've let the party down.
But do you say that to the group of your? Do you tell people, or do you come to this conclusion on your own? What are you doing? Because either you can progress through, or maybe your party might be able to help you.
Wait, what?
Never mind. Carry on then.
I don't have any spells that would do that. Are you crazy?
Well, you rolled a 16. I'm just telling you. You think, well, you're like, I have some spells, but maybe you're like, you don't know. You're like, well, maybe I don't really know what spells I have, but you do know you have 2 magic users who would be able to ID your spells.
Oh.
If only Yvonne were here.
Okay, I would go back to my magic users then.
Okay.
And ask if any of my spells
Hey,
work.
Gemini. I know I've let us down. I'm sorry.
Well, Gemini, what spells do you have?
I have Pass Without a Trace, Rope Trick, Disguise Self, Cure Wounds, Good Berry, and Hunter's Mark. Would any of those help?
Yes.
That's actually a good shout.
Wait, Hunter's Mark?
Can we throw good berries at the door?
Percy, you think that, and you're like, wait a minute, good berries. Wait. You're like, wait, good berries are transmutation. Yeah. So you think throwing berries at the door? I mean, that's possible. It could work.
Gemini, bury me.
But you also think though that it's a proximity. You think you might want to be in close proximity.
Over here.
Yeah.
Gemini, don't. I smacked my head on the wall again.
Yeah.
The light's not here.
Yo.
Gemini, switch places.
Yeah, Gemini's got the light. Gemini's got the light.
I push you forward into against the wall. Okay. Now, what you need to do is focus your mind and just think. Put berry into the wall. Just.
Okay, cast Goodberry.
Yo. You cast Goodberry?
Yes.
Okay.
Please say it does nothing. That'd be absolutely hilarious.
You cast Goodberry, and as you cast Goodberry, you're beginning to cast it, and as you're casting it, you feel like almost like this kind of like this tingling sensation through your hand as the door lights up. As you watch as the runes within the door glow this kind of white light, as you feel, like I said, the normal color of your magic begins to seep into the door. As you do suddenly watch this door kind of light up as it takes your spell, takes the Goodberry spell that your incantation that you were trying to do, and with it, you watch as it suddenly and goes and begins to sink down, the slab begins to sink down into the floor. And the room opens.
Yes. We did it. We did it,
comrade.
We did it.
As this circular room.
Okay, we can go back. We don't need to see
opens.
That's good.
You're like, never mind. I don't want to be here. I changed my mind. But as like I said, the door goes down into the ground after lighting up, taking Gemini's spell, and Gemini, you can cross off one first level spell slot because it does take your spell. But in this room, you see that this is the nicest room you have seen so far, as it is made of purely stone. It's the circular room that it opens up into, and the walls are this flat, smooth stone, and it's like a dome. Like even the ceiling itself is not flat, as it domes up. And you see that there is in front of you, in the center of the room, a very large, like you see, there's a bit of you see this large kind of like statue that is there, but you see that there is, at first, right in front of it, circular also as the room is the stone wall that kind of comes up and has a little bit of a basin that is there that water is flowing through, but there's also a platform where a statue sits. And there is a stone statue of what appears to be this young boy that is huddled and crouched all the way down to his knees tucked into his chest, and then hands placed out covering the face. One hand covering the face and one hand reaching out. As the right hand covers the face, the left hand reaches out a little bit and is like crouched there, and you see like crying, as there appears to be, even though you can't really see the face because the hand is in the way, there is water that is trickling down the sides of the stone cheeks, going down into this fountain.
Oh shit.
Percy?
The worst fountain ever.
Yeah. I will say that your detect magic is about to go off, but it does ping inside of here. The statue, like this whole statue, the altar, the water, it's pinging as transmutation.
I would immediately start to recast it as
yeah.
The longer time. The word's gone completely out of my mouth. Ritually, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Easy enough. You stay in the hallway.
Refresh it. I'll refresh it before we go any further.
Aghanim, Scarlet, Gemini, what are you guys doing? As this is now revealed.
Odd.
I want to mention that all of the skeletons and the bobbleheads are the Gales are not within Pass Without a Trace range. Just
as a heads up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but they're just chilling. They're fine.
Okay.
Making sure. But yes, what are you guys doing?
I'm following.
Okay. Yeah.
Scarlet's gonna stay back here for now.
Okay. Very fair. All right, Scarlet, you stay back into the room. Aghanim, you walk forward. Do you walk with Gemini into the room? Gemini, do you walk into the room? I should ask.
I do walk into the room.
Okay.
I insight check Scarlet while I literally cast it.
You don't got time to insight check. You're focused. You can either insight check or you can focus. Either way.
I make a mental note.
Okay. Aghanim, do you step into the room with Gemini?
That's a really hard question to answer.
Yeah, especially when you bring it up like that. I mean,
I'm just asking for clarification. My poor, sweet summer children. My poor, sweet summer children.
Start.
So scared
Don't
of the
you
dungeon.
Start.
Just wants to clarify
I'm
how
not
much
scared of the
damage dice to
dungeon.
roll.
You're
He's
only
scared
one
of
you.
Yeah.
Now everybody's mad at me.
All this yapping.
Trying to clarify, is it 10d6 I have to roll? 20d6
Right, yeah.
I have to roll? Yeah.
Yep. Aghanim and Gemini, you guys step into this dome, like smooth stone room, and as you say, it is, like I said, it's kind of quiet in here. Although it's, like I said, you hear the trickling of water, as you see, like I said, this crouched down, boy made of stone that has the knees tucked into the chest, one hand over the face, and other hand reached out as tears roll down into the basin of the statue. Currently, that appears to be the only thing that is here in this room.
I wouldn't want to reach out and touch the hand that's reaching out.
Sure. You reach out and touch the hand that's reaching out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What a
Gemini,
phrase.
you reach out as you see the hand that is coming up, and Gemini, it reminds you a little bit of, part of why you wanted to return to Quiet Watch to begin with. Remembering the orphans that sometimes wind up there in the town, and knowing, and even being an Encore, knowing that, the orphanage was not great. It's okay, but it's, they need a better place. There's too many times lost children get overlooked. And you reach out a hand, and your hand touches the stone, almost as if to grasp, as if to take the hand of this child. As you do, you feel this coldness, this cold stone that is within you. And for a moment, you watch suddenly as your grip becomes solid, as your muscles lock up. As for a moment, you watch very quickly and rapidly as your hand becomes the color of gray stone as it travels up your arm for a moment. And you get this moment of sensation. You kind of take a deep breath out of panic, and then it dissipates, seeping into you. But you get this moment, suddenly, of like, wait a minute. And you sense the sadness. You sense the sorrow, but you also sense this heavy weight. You feel it in your chest, this heavy weight, suddenly now, that is within you. Gemini.
As I turn to stone.
Gemini.
Yes.
It has come to your attention as suddenly you feel like this weight, and even though it is heavy, you realize it is magical. At will, once, you may cast Meld into Stone.
Amazing.
Oh? Oh, okay.
Amazing.
So you can mark that down. So
Over the table question, if I may.
Yes.
Because I've never heard of this before.
Yes.
What if you turn to stone, then your arm's slashed off?
You would not have an arm when you come back. If you were like, if you're talking about like, if we're talking about like petrification, like if we're talking about petrification and like your whole body turns to stone, Yeah, if any of your limbs get cut off when you get revived, yeah, you don't have a limb.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. But meld into stone, I will say it's different. Meld into stone is not petrification. But basically, you can step into a stone object or surface large enough to fully contain your body, melding yourself and all of the equipment you carry with the stone for a duration up to 8 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, but I will put that in the chat for you guys to look at. But yeah, Gemini, you have 1 casting of meld into stone.
Okay, I'm ready, guys. I've got the detect magic up. What? Where's it gone? Gemini, what did you do?
Percy, you step into this room.
Gemini, what did you do?
Nothing, Percy.
You see that the statue appears to be magical. It does ping as transmutation magic, but with your detect magic up, I will say, the water also pings as transmutation.
What?
What? Yeah, no! Oh god! Yeah. Percy's like, nope, I'm gonna hang with the skeletons.
Something about the water. Okay, no, it's the other water in the fountain. That is, yep, no, that's fine.
Yeah, you think the fountain water, the fountain water.
Another day.
Yeah, you think the fountain water.
Did you drink fountain water, Gemini?
No.
Did you think about drinking it, Gemini?
Yes. That's a yes. Agamemnon, have you drunk the weird fountain water?
I want to drink the tears coming from the fountain.
Okay, that's a weird thing to say out loud, Agamemnon. We've talked about these social situations. You can't just say these things. Okay, it's fine.
I have no filter. I can't help it.
Neither does this water. Please don't drink it.
No filter. That's pretty good.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. Agamemnon, do you drink the water?
Oh my god.
Sure, why not?
Oh,
I'm just asking for clarification because you said you wanted to drink the water.
He's lapping at it with his tongue like la 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 la
La la la la la. You reach over, you're like,
what kind of saving throw?
Yeah, well, let's
what
see.
What kind of saving
let's
throw?
Let's see, what saving throw for necrotic damage? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
You reach over and you lean down, your dragonborn maw, and just try to, you drink some of the water. We're going, because that smell, which the smell is not in here, but the smell from before, that kind of mildewy smell, you're, a little bit worried, is it going to be gross? But it's a little salty, but it's fine. Yeah, it's
like tears.
Yeah, salty like tears, but it's not inedible. You're able to drink some, and as you do, you feel a bit of a tingling sensation in your mouth, and then suddenly you feel through your body, suddenly it's hard for a moment to then breathe. And suddenly, you find yourself as you're gasping for air suddenly, and you try, and you guys watch suddenly as Agamemnon struggles to breathe, trying to find purchase, but then as you realize what was going on, as you begin to, you're just like, wait a minute, and you look at the water.
Swallows transmutated stone.
Right? You look at the water and you feel within you and you go, huh. As you're able to catch your breath, for a second you felt like you were drowning, suffocating, and then you feel fine, but you realize you felt like you were drowning, breathing the air, but now you're okay. But Agamemnon, I would like you to mark that you have water breathing for the next 24 hours.
What?
Bonus.
Bonus. You are under the influence of, I believe it's water breathing straight up. Let me find my note of it.
I told you not to drink the water. Nothing good
water
comes
breathing.
of drinking water. Agamemnon, you need to really start listening to when I don't need to boast. I'm a magic man. I do magic.
Here's the deal, though. Nothing comes good from drinking crazy water in a crazy temple, but listen, drinking the tears of my enemies is a different story.
That's you know what,
Listen,
that is
I think
way
I can
more
breathe
viable.
underwater.
That's way more viable. I think tears of your enemies, good on you. You've earned those. Strange fountain tears? How did you know it was salty? Oh, you drank the water, didn't you?
All tears are salty.
Oh, you
Trust
drank
me,
the
I've
water,
had a
didn't you?
bunch of them.
Oh, you drank the water, didn't you?
Trust me, I've
I
heard a
drank
bunch
the
of them.
Kool-Aid.
And how did it taste? Apart from salty?
Like tears.
Like tears. Okay, cool. Do you feel any different?
I feel like a fish.
What?
I make a note in the merit seater journals pages where I have just been noting all the weird stuff that Agamemnon says, and I write that down and I circle a 1 with a star next to it.
I feel like a
that
fish.
goes straight to the top of weird things that Agamemnon has said in our time together.
Incredible.
Okay, and what do you mean by you feel like a fish?
Oh.
I
Yeah, you can
no
get a
idea.
job. What was that?
Get a job.
I heard it pop up in the distance.
You feel like a fish?
I feel like that.
Okay, okay. Start of these people.
He sent a picture of an axolotl, by the way.
He did what? Where? Oh,
Yes!
oh God, no!
Incredible, incredible. I feel like a fish. He would be an
Well,
axolotl, because if we mixed a dragon with a fish, it would be an axolotl, let's be honest.
He would.
100%.
Yeah.
Agamemnon, as you feel like a fish, can you see what's under this for me? Because this is driving me insane.
I can absolutely do that. I dive in.
You jump
Oh,
over
well.
me and straight in.
You jump in
It's
the
like it's gonna be really shallow, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say you jump in the water and realize that it's like, it's only like 2
inches deep.
2 feet of it's like it's bigger than that, but it's like maybe 3 feet of water, 2 to 3 feet of water.
I'm not jumping directly in.
Fair, valid. But you do see, like I said, if you come back to the water, you do see that, like I said, there's sunken in is that wheel that seems to be, seems to like it could open the portcullis.
Okay. Starlet, did you discover what was behind this door?
No.
I opened the door.
Okay.
No. All right. Opening the door.
Obviously doing all the checks and stuff for like nasty stuff.
You open the door. No. But with the, like I said, with you opening the door, this untrapped, unlocked door.
Yeah.
You see almost an identical room. Like I said, on this side, you see that there is, like I said, those wooden panels and the chairs that are facing towards the window that leads into stone. And on the opposite side, you see like almost like a jail cell. Like I said, the stone walls that have affixed to it these shackles that are dangling down.
I immediately look up where a metal pole is about to fall on my head. And I catch
You
it.
look up. Thankfully, this time, no metal pole. That seems to be one of the few differences.
And with my detect magic up again, does anything ping?
Nothing pings in this room is magical.
I go around the walls and slowly, carefully investigate.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
He's in the wall.
He's in the walls. Oh!
Oh, good.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
20. Yeah, he's sick and tired of people touching things they shouldn't have, so he's being very thorough.
Yes.
Very thorough.
Very thorough. As you do
Yep.
your extremely thorough search, you realize right here. With a natural 20. You realize
27
that this...
total.
27, incredible. With this 27, you realize that this, there appears to be a part of the wall that, the stone that, you can push in. There's like a little false stone that you can push into the wall, you think. Just similar to the other side.
I will push gently into
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
You push gently, and as the stone begins to move inward into the side of it to reveal a bit of a hallway of sorts, but appears to be a little bit of a bigger room. Like, it's weird because you see like this hallway, and it is made of stone that kind of comes down, but you also see that there is down a ways, because it's dark, a little bit of rubble.
Oh, damn you, James, with your names. Jeez. God damn it.
Examemlotl is here and ready.
Examemlotl.
Examemlotl is here ready.
Absolute genius.
That's incredible.
Not bad.
But yes, there does appear to be a secret hallway here that leads further down.
Guys, I found another hallway.
I will say, because you rolled a natural 20, it's weird. Right here, like where all of the rubble and stuff is, and some of, like, there's some, stone dust that is about. I was gonna say, with a natural 20, I will say too, with all this rubble and like the stone, like the dust and stuff that is around, you kind of, it's faint. But with a 27, you see humanoid footprints.
Oh.
Guys, I found him.
That also used this passageway.
Guys, I found him.
Guys,
I found
him.
I go back up to Gemini and I say, I found a human. It's not a dragon. I know that.
Well.
Thank you for your vote of confidence, Starlet. You didn't stand there all day.
Hey.
What did you find exactly?
Oh, you just appear in front of me. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Standing over your shoulder.
Yeah, suddenly, like, oh god!
We found another hallway, and I think we found Sullivan.
Oh. Here?
Human footprints. Who else has human footprints? I tell you what doesn't. A dragon.
Dragons.
Yes.
I mean, okay, yeah, sure. You keep believing that.
You don't seem as excited as me. Maybe it's because I rolled the natural 20. I say out loud to myself in game.
Right. Suddenly, Percy becomes meta, breaks the fourth wall. I rolled the natural 20.
I did it, Scarlet. I'm useful.
It was me.
Gemini, could you lead on with your torch vision?
Sure.
Torch vision.
And I point that way. Go there. Go there.
I go here.
Okay. You walk through Gemini, and like I said, you see like this bit of a hallway that is there. And it's interesting because you see, like, over to the side, almost like an actual hallway, because even though this floor is made of stone, and so are the walls, but there appears to be like a very nice wooden, like almost like a hallway table, like, those little side tables, that has, you see on the top of it, like broken shards of what would have been a vase. But more than that, this hallway, you go with your torch, flickering over, casting, long shadows over the wall as you're going through. This kind of quiet, you hear the of your footsteps. But what you see, also, as it kind of opens up, and you see, like, kind of opening up into, like, this little, like, side room, or what would have been a side room, as you realize, as you step forward, that there is pieces and chunks of rubble.
Oh, no.
As there is what appears to be, in the wall itself, tall into the wall, carved in, burrowed out, or burrowed in, just suddenly, almost like a cave-like tunnel entrance in the side of this wall, which would have, like, so there's, like, this nice, like, table off to the side. There was this one chair that you realized over here in this corner that's kind of knocked over, and you see a whole bunch of stone rubble crumbled down, large stone crumbled everywhere.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
As it looks like there is a tunnel that has also been carved out.
Oh boy.
And this tunnel, I'll say too, you would notice the sizing of this tunnel, as I gotta figure out how to describe the sizing of this, but you realize that the tunnel itself, it's maybe about 12 feet wide and goes up about, say, like 15 feet tall.
Oh, like dragon size?
Yeah, you think like dragon size. And you remember you guys felt earthquakes on the floors above.
Oh.
And now you're seeing this rubble tunnels, these caves.
The earth did quake.
The earth did quake. You think maybe...
Zachary. Hey.
Zachary the dragon!
Such a cool name for a dragon, by the way.
Yeah, right.
That's such a good name.
Dragon.
The most fearsome dragon.
The most fearsome dragon of all the realm. Zachary! Zachary would be like Zachary would be like a brass dragon, though. You know, like this metallic, like, oh yes, I am Zachary the dragon.
Very earthy.
Very earthy. But you think a dragon may or may not have burrowed through here.
Guys, somebody needs to come investigate this.
Gemini,
But
we're
with
leaving church.
that-
It's fine. What the bloody hell is that?
And as I will say too, I will say that Percy, with your natural 20, you do still pick up on the footprints, even amongst this rubble, that stop here. In this corner of the room.
Well, I think you'll find, DM, there's going to be a set of footprints that stop here and here as well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm moving not further.
Yeah.
And with that, I think we can take our break.
Through the dragon.
Okay,
crashing.
Percy.
Yeah, okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, the footprints also stop here, DM. Right here, where I'm standing. I'm moving not further.
Percy takes a stick and draws a line in the sand.
Right? Legit. But yeah, we got tunnels, guys.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Great.
Not go this way anymore.
Let's stop going this way.
Suddenly, my idea to go down the elevator doesn't sound so bad, does it, guys? Yeah.
All right. There be dragons. Incredible.
Well, I think we should investigate why the freaking footsteps into a wall. Maybe that's not really a wall or something.
Maybe he was just running and was picked up by a dragon and thrown away.
Maybe.
No.
Yeah.
That's not intelligent enough for her.
You know, that's fair.
Hey.
Fair.
Maybe that goddamn dragon picked up all sword and cane and picked him up into a wall here now. There.
What would you do? What would you fucking do if I gave the dragon a Western accent? Like a good Southern, like...
I would. The dragon? I would.
The dragon! Yeah, exactly. Howdy there, partner. I'm gonna fling y'all left and right as I see fit.
Oh, y'all done trespassing on my property.
Got y'all
so
trespassing on this side of the hills.
This wall here.
And I got a rumbling in my tummy.
I got a rumbling.
Oh, Tom, that's Italian.
People.
That's not Italian.
I got a rumbling.
I got a rumbling in my tummy.
I got a rumbling in my tummy. What is happening?
Spaghetti.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I missed y'all. I missed y'all playing D&D.
Well, I'm glad that makes one of us.
Yeah, howdy, partner. You
I'm
turned
very
up
glad
on the
this could
wrong
all be
side
cut.
of the dungeon.
This could
I'm
all
gonna
be
eat
cut
all
from the
y'all.
video. Yep, this is all being cut.
Going
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
highlight.
this is all going in the video. This is.
It's alright, I'm gonna do the rest
get all
of
you
tonight
critters. I'm
with a
gonna
Western
wrangle.
accent.
I'm gonna wrangle all you
Those
critters.
goddamn moving pictures, man.
Them movers.
Incredible.
Well, Percy, I think it's about time we saddled up and rode on to the next town.
Right? How you guys suppose that we leave this place? We'll just ride off in the sunset. We don't gotta fight a dragon.
everyone in the comments, if you want to see a Western one-shot for Cody, everyone, some sort of Percy fever dream, then we are
put
here.
yeehaw in the comments if you made it this far. You made it this far in the video. Put yeehaw in the comments.
Please don't.
Incredible. Incredible. People are gonna be so fucking confused when they see a D&D video and go, why are people saying yeehaw in the chat?
Yeah.
Alright, back to it.
Yeah, where were we? I'm very confused.
Yes. We are back to it in the middle of this hallway, stone hallway that has rubble as a dragon.
And I'm suggesting that somebody investigate the footprints going into the wall.
Yeah, and there are footprints that lead straight into the wall.
Well.
Rangers first.
I can't investigate shit. Unless it gives me some kind of a nature thing.
Can't
investigate
I can't.
shit.
This is the Southern Bale accent. Sorry, this has gone off the rails.
Stop it.
You think?
My bad.
Could it be some sort of a nature check since it's footprints? I don't know.
Be survival, but you already see the footprints, so it would not help you.
Yeah,
not
helping.
Yeah. Survival would be to keep tracking, but you would think that it leads further into the wall. Yeah, that would be investigation. You would think it'd be investigation to check the wall. Okay, well then what are you guys doing?
Damn crap.
Stallion fourth, or are we opening the portcullis?
Did we check the hole?
No.
As in,
The hole?
properly?
No.
The hole.
Fine. I shall walk up and peek around the corner, sort of looking in this way.
Sure. You, like I said, it does seem to be a very wide hole. As it continues
it's a prophecy.
To go.
It's a prophecy.
Yep. Dragons.
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 Dragons. But no, it seems to continue forth. It continues onward. I said the light flickers for only so far, but you do see that the whole, like I said, this cave-like entrance continues to go forth further into the dungeon.
Did Percy shrink? He looks so small compared to the hole.
Yeah.
I do look very small.
No, I did say, well, the hole is like 12 feet wide and 15 feet tall.
That's fair.
So.
That is fair.
My character model has shrunk, though, I think. Quite funny.
Oh, I think you have.
Compared
wait,
to the,
why did you shrink?
Fix.
Yeah, wait, why did everybody shrink? Everybody has shrunk? Wait a minute, let me fix this. Why did everybody shrink? Everybody shrunk for a second? There we go, that looks better.
Now do all of these individually, please.
Sigh.
No, wait, you can keep them small. They're trash mobs.
No, they're not.
Sigh.
I
should have only made Bobblehead bigger. That should have been what I should have done. I should have made only Bobblehead bigger, but it's too late now. Too late now.
Oh, they're expendable.
Right, no, we'll get too attached. But yeah, what are you guys doing?
I will say to at Samemolotl
that
we may need some faces being hit. Scarlet, we may need investigation and checks.
In the hole?
Yes.
Okay.
Gemini, lead on.
Coming through.
I say on the wall.
Ow.
About the wall.
Yes, this wall is wall. Cody, DM.
Yes. Hello. Hi.
Can I feel against the wall to check for air pressure?
You may. Give me an investigation check.
That's a D100. 25?
25. Okay. With a 25, you start to feel around the wall to check for the air pressure. There is definitely, like I said, there's a little bit more, the draft coming through here as you think the hole, it's a lot bigger than it looks at first glance. You think the tunnel opens up to be a little bit bigger. But you start feeling around the wall, and you feel kind of where near Percy, you kind of feel over and feel a bit of a another stone that you feel like you could push in.
I push it in.
Yeah, you push it in. As the stone begins to pull away, and Percy reveals another small hallway that, sorry, there shouldn't actually be a wall here, that opens all the way up. I will just color that in.
Something beyond our comprehension.
There we go.
A false wall.
There we go. Now it's just a square. But you just see that there is a, like I said, the hallway opens up and it leads into what looks to be another room. It's like a small hallway that leads down and then a room. Or you see a bit of it anyway, without walking down
Gemini,
there. You see a little bit of a room.
Would you be so kind?
Sure. Is that because I'm expendable?
No.
Okay. That's funny.
Gemini, in this room, you see, like I said, the small room that is here, you see that there are barrels and crates that kind of not completely fill the room, but are in this room, and you do see that there is unlit. There is a lantern, like a little oil lantern that is sitting up on top of one of the crates. Discarded, you see that there is, it almost looks like there's like some rope that's hanging on the wall. It's weird. This part of it almost looks like it's like almost like the underbelly of like a boat, of like a ship, is almost what this really kind of reminds you of, especially too being very familiar with, with seafaring. It almost looks like, kind of like, the inside of a ship where you would keep belongings and stuff. But you do see, like, on one of the crates that has the lantern, you also see a little bit of, like, knocked over is, like, a little thing of oil, of ink, like a little ink vial that is knocked over that's kind of, like, spilt a little bit. You do see one loose page that's kind of crumpled up and discarded onto the floor. It does look like somebody has been here, but is not currently here.
I would pick up the paper and see if anything's written on it.
Yeah, you pick up the paper, you unfold it, into, it's like a little bit crumpled up, you unfold it, and you recognize Sullivan's handwriting. And it looks very similar to journal pages that you guys have, except the paper weight is different. It's like this is from like a different, like you feel like the paper is a little bit thinner. It's a little bit different than the pages of the journal that you guys have been finding, but it does have Sullivan's handwriting on it. And you do see like small notes of like, like I said, again, like you see like kind of alchemic, notes that are kind of written along, but you also see some handwritten notes that just kind of, you see a circle and then an X through that says, no, won't work. And then another circle and X through, try again, like frustration, and then like scribbles, like pin markings really quickly. And it seems to be like a bit of frustration. Like you think that it almost looks like notes that like Sullivan was trying to put something together, was trying to make sense of something, but wasn't finding the right answers and was getting frustrated and like discarded this page.
Okay. No help here.
But you do think that Sullivan, Sullivan has been here, and this does appear to be a place that Sullivan has been. And it kind of also makes you wonder, too, because that, Hypnos has said, kind of hinted, well, it's like, well, he's alive last I checked, but I don't know for how much longer. Noting the hole in the side of the wall from the room before, you wonder if Sullivan is also running away from the dragon and has been trying to hide and
just been switching between holes like a mouse.
You think so? You think Sullivan might be trying to switch it between?
But do the footprints go all the way down the hall into the room, or are they going into the room or out of the room? And are they down the hallway or not?
Give me a survival check.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Let's get it, Ranger.
Okay. Let me see here. Here I go.
Yes.
18.
18.
Nice.
With an 18, like I said, the trail goes stale. Like the trail that Percy had picked up looked like it led into the room. And with an 18, it's hard. Because it's not like it's not like this place is really dusty. It's not like it's really easy to have footprints here. But you do see a bit of ink that is smushed. It's almost like it got caught on his shoe. Very faintly, but a little bit of ink that seems to lead back out before the trail disappears. So you think he did, leave.
Back out the way we came?
Correct.
Okay. Well.
But the trail does end kind of near the door, because the ink kind of runs dry, and it kind of stops by the door after running dry. But it does look like foot traffic both in and out of here.
Okay. Well, does anybody want to investigate anything else in this room? I don't see anything.
Oh.
He's like, say less.
Oh my gosh.
I go around and look at the individual bits of wall again, just in case Sullivan's secreted something away. Does my detect magic pin anything?
I'm gonna say your detect magic does not ping anything.
Let's see if Sullivan has hidden anything. Unnatural 20.
Nice. A natural 20. You kind of look around. You do find some stuff, actually. But you find, like I said, it's kind of like as you're walking around and you walk behind the crates, you realize that there's stuff that is also set like down behind the crate. Like there's some there's the ink bottle and the lantern that was set on top, but there's a couple of stuff that was set beside. And the stuff that you realize that's set beside, it's like you see that there is like bits of like thistle. Like thistle, there's like some pine needles, like there's like some you realize there's like alchemical stuff. And you realize there's a couple of alchemical things that you're like, that came from the outside, that seemed to, or maybe Sullivan had and was using. But you kind of see, like I said, Luce, trying to put something together, but appears to have discarded.
I think
these
Sullivan
items.
is the dragon.
Imagine.
Is there anything I can actually take with me?
You can take stuff. Nothing that you think of value. Like I said, there's a rope. If you want to add we'll say 50-foot hemp rope to your inventory, you may.
I add it to Agamemnon's.
I don't know. Catch.
Yeah.
And there's also that lantern. There's also that oil lantern that is sitting there, but it does not have oil in it.
Oh.
But there is a lantern that is there. I believe you guys should. I mean, I think you guys have oil, but this would be. So. This would be. We'll say. Yeah, this would be like a hooded lantern. So you could put a hooded lantern in your inventory.
Ooh. I don't put it in my inventory. I put it straight out, and I light it with a little bit of fire with a click on my fingers.
Click, click, yeah. Also easy enough. You can. Well, you see that it's metal, so it's like there's nothing. That's the problem. Like you realize, that's why you need the oil, because it's dry in there otherwise. There's nothing for your fire to catch hold on.
Oh, there's no oil around, is there?
No, there's no oil in it. So it flickers for a moment for the remnants of what the oil that was there, but it burns out.
Okay. Then I stick it in my backpack.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I could have swore I had some oil.
I really thought you guys did have oil, but maybe I was mistaken.
I had some oil at some point.
Yeah, at some point you had oil, but maybe no longer.
I don't think I have it anymore.
That's okay. That's okay.
Aww.
So close yet so far.
Yeah.
But yes.
I try.
Like I say, those are the two things that you think that you'd be able to pocket.
The hooded lantern and the rope.
Yep.
well, Agamemnon's not the right. Yeah, that's cool. Cool.
I now have 100 foot of rope.
You're like, I have
Same.
so much rope. You're like, I have so much rope, guys.
And I still have a rope of connections.
Correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you guys
Now what?
do? Abandon all hope, you enter here. Incredible.
Above the gates of hell. In that case,
Well-
we carry on. We go back and we watch Starlet venture into the unknown
The
hole.
whole. Hey.
Quite so.
Yeah.
Is there like,
Yes.
hey Gemini, you can see in the dark. You should go first.
The hell?
Gemini
Okay.
still has a Gemini still has the torch unless you've discarded
Here,
it.
I'll hand you the torch.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like here.
As you wish. What do my human eyes see?
Your human eyes see more of this tunnel that opens up. As you see that it goes off in a few directions. As it appears... There we go. I think you can kind of see that. As you see, it's like this kind of carving that opens up and almost opens up almost into like this little bit of a bigger cave. Like it doesn't fit just like the length of what you might imagine a dragon to be, but it's also bigger. It's almost like more has been carved out just to, just for this. You don't know if it's just for the sake of it. You don't know if the dragon, if it was the dragon that did this, was hunting for more rooms to get to and get access to and just didn't find them quite yet. But you see that it leads into 3 different directions. There's kind of like it goes up into the left. There appears to be a piece of the cave that just goes straight forward, and there's a piece of the cave that goes up into the right as well.
What would
See, like
number
I said,
two
lots of
be?
but you see, yeah, number 2. But yeah, you see there's like a lot of rubble and stuff. A lot of, like I said, a lot of rocks and things that are kind of carved here, kind of carved into it. A lot of dirt and rocks all around.
I
I
see.
pick forward.
I'm just gonna creep along the wall to the right.
Sure. Scarlet? Right there.
Yeah.
What is your AC again?
Oh God.
Second, I'll go back here.
No, too late. You moved yourself there.
Actually, I forgot to do this earlier. I wanted to cast mage armor on myself when we got down here.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
I'll allow it.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. It's been a month. I allow it. Does a 16 hit you?
Yes. Even with mage armor.
With mage armor, like I said, you begin
Would I
to
have time to react?
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, but as a reaction, could I
Yeah.
cast shield?
I'd allow it. As like you're trying to creep along the wall, and you're trying to creep along the wall, so you sense sudden movement behind you along the wall as a claw of dust kind of comes up, of dust and dirt coming up out of the wall to slice at you with its claws, but you're able to real quickly reaction up, whoosh, ping, as the claws go over your shield, scratching the shield instead, as I'm going to move you as a, let me move this to the token layer as another dust mephit.
Oh, another one.
Yeah,
Oh.
where another dust mephit pops out as you're able to reaction and get away. But with that, I will need either everybody to roll for initiative, or we can call it at combat. But if we want to run for combat, we may.
I mean, we can run for combat.
Hey.
Who wants to roll for combat? Or who needs to dip?
I'm in.
I'm in.
Okay.
I mean,
James? Oh, we lost him.
oh,
No, I was in the other room. I had my mic muted.
Oh.
I'm down.
Okay, gotcha. With that, I need everybody to roll for initiative as suddenly Gemini and Scarlet, you see as the one whoosh, reaches out to slice, suddenly out of the dirt that begins to fall along the walls, you see as more dirt falls onto the cave floors as more of these dust and dirt mephits begin to pop up.
Oh, damn it.
Yep.
Oh.
Everybody roll for initiative.
God.
We have not been doing well on these rolls, but
I am noticing that.
It's just the initiative rolls.
Is it?
Mostly.
I've been doing pretty
Is
good.
it just the initiative rolls? Incredible. Let's go token layer. And token layer. All right, from the top order here. Oh, let me delete that. Gemini.
13.
13. All right. Agamemnon.
21.
21. Incredible. Oh, did you get a natural 20? I just saw that in the chat.
Yeah.
Holy moly. All right, Scarlet.
11.
11. Okay. Percy.
I win.
35.
30. Checks notes.
I got a 5.
Oof. That's rough,
That's my
buddy.
lucky number.
Yep, that is true.
That's
That is
rough,
true.
buddy.
That's rough, buddy. All right, and now for the mephits. All right. With that, top of the round, we have Agamemnon. It is your turn. You hear suddenly the casting of magic very quickly as Scarlet casts shield, and you hear as these claws hit up against the magical barrier, and you hear that static that plays when that happens, and you hear the sounds of combat beginning. What are you doing?
Hoping that we get a long rest after this battle.
Ooh.
You guys just slept. What are you talking about?
We
Yeah,
just woke
hey.
up, Agamemnon.
I'm
Yes!
sleepy.
You guys just woke up. Poor Agamemnon.
Let's say I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Gemini,
yeah.
you were on deck.
How much movement do I have? 30?
Uh-huh. And you can
Oh, I don't-
dash. It will take up your action, but you can dash to move 60 feet instead.
Yeah, I don't need.
See us though? How did he attack us when he couldn't even see us?
I'm moving here and I'm attacking this
Wait, what did you
one.
say? Wait, what was Gemini's question?
How could he attack us if he couldn't even see us?
What makes you think he couldn't see you?
Because pass without a trace.
How long has passed with that? Well, you guys were not stealthing.
8 hours?
Well, you guys were not stealthing. You guys did not say, hey,
Well-
we're stealthing.
I said creep along the side. I thought that implied stealth.
Oh, well, you should have said I need to roll for a stealth check.
Well,
Oh, come on.
You guys didn't say, hey, we're stealthing.
You
You're
have
just
to-
like, I'm gonna just creep. Yep, nope, too late. We've already rolled it.
It didn't
Uh-huh.
It
Uh-huh.
You
I'll
should've-
allow it.
Yeah, you never said,
You
I'm gonna be
allow it.
stealthy.
Oh, the player allows it, Cody. It's okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, the player allows it. Okay, yeah, sure.
It says
Yeah,
a
you're
veil of shadows and silence radiates from us. It doesn't say we have to be stealthing to do
You
it.
do, because it says you give a +10 to your stealth check, correct? Bonus to stealth check. So, you guys did not stealth.
Effectively, yeah.
I'm like, you guys better watch it. I might give them a surprise round. I was kind and merciful and did not give them a surprise round, but all right. You guys chose not to stealth. Otherwise,
All right.
you
all right,
guys
we
should have
get it.
stealth.
We get it.
Yep. All right, egging it up. I'm
That
assuming
misses.
I'm assuming you're rolling for attack for this one.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Well, first attack, you go to swing. What are you using for your weapon?
Great sword.
Great sword. You go for your great sword to swing, but the Mephit kind of turns into dust temporarily before reforming as the sword misses. Next attack.
Yeah. I'm done.
No, you have a second attack.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
cool.
level 6. Yeah, you're level 6. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm cool. I'm cool.
Is that first combat?
Yes. Yeah, you're level 6.
I'm hitting that pesky little thing again.
Yeah, there you go.
That's plus 6.
Okay. So 17?
17? Yeah.
That'll hit.
17?
Roll for damage.
Alrighty then.
That's not damage.
17.
Yeah, my bad.
That's not damage.
My bad, bro.
That's not damage.
2d6. Okay, I got you. One at a time because I don't trust it. There we go. 1 and
That's fair.
2.
Nice. 10 points
Plus
plus your
4.
strength. Nice. 14 points. 14 points of damage. Fantastic. As you go to swing, like the first hit misses as it reforms, but the second it reforms, you're quicker than it is and is able to whoosh, find purchase as it does take a hefty hit. All right. Are you doing anything else?
I'm powerful. I'm standing here.
Fantastic. All
Come
right.
at me, bro.
You're like, I'm ready! With that, it will be Gemini. It is your turn. I don't know why it says Scarlet is next, but it's supposed to be... Oh, there we go. Now it did it. There you go. Gemini, you are next.
Even the turn order is confused.
Even the turn is like, no!
Alright, I'm going to attack it with my battle axe.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Battle axe.
Plus my strength, right? Okay, so that's 17 or 18.
18 will hit. Roll for damage.
Let's go.
Um, 7
7. Okay. 7 points of damage.
slashing damage.
Nice. 7 points of slashing damage as you go, whoosh, go straight for your first attack, hitting it straight through, hitting it up against the wall. You hear the as it gets hit back up against the cave walls. Taking how much again? 8?
7. Sorry, 7.
7 points of damage. All right, that's your first hit. Second attack.
Are we gonna try again with the same battle axe?
Yep.
14.
14 will hit. Roll for damage.
Oh. 11.
11. With that, the 11, with your second attack, you go and swing and you hit back again. And as you do, colliding this little Mephit into the wall, it burst into dust as you successfully kill it. As it does, however, explode into this kind of mixture of soot and dust. I need you and Scarlet to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Ooh, phew.
Nice. Fantastic. Both of you succeed as suddenly this poof, this bursting cloud of dust and soot suddenly begins to get into your eyes. Gemini, you remember from before in the kitchen, that dust and soot that was getting into your eyes that blinded you. But this time you guys are able to, shield your eyes and look away in time and wipe your eyes away to where you are not blinded. You two are both okay. And with that, Gemini, you do have one more attack, even though your target is dead.
I will attack. I think I'm just gonna use my longbow and shoot this. Wait, can I see the dude that's around the corner? Right to the right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
I assume. I'm assuming you just dropped your torch somewhere. Yeah, this is all illuminated.
Oh, I gave my torch to Scarlet. Remember?
She did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then yeah. Then we'll still definitely you can see see all of this.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my longbow to attack and rolling for attack.
Okay. Ooh. Which one did you say you're hitting? Which one are you hitting?
The one to the right.
You have to be more specific than that.
Oh, there are several to the right. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. Upper right. Upper right.
Upper
They
right.
blend in too well, Cody.
I know.
No,
They're supposed to.
No, I didn't have. I wasn't zoomed out far enough to see that one. I was like, wait, there is one
that's
more.
why you're asking if you could see. I get you. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can see.
Okay.
But okay. Go ahead. Roll for damage. But that does it.
Rolling for damage. That one's a D8. Aw.
Still good.
5.
5 points of damage to this one with the longbow. Fantastic. All right. With that, as you do see the arrow, whoosh, as you boosh, are able to explode that one mephit, you go ahead and you drop your battle axe for a moment to get out your longbow real quick to then shoot out, an arrow that flies through the air and does pierce its wing a little bit. It goes, ah! As it is, take a little bit of damage. As it is hurt. It is hurt from that. All right. With that, Gemini, are you doing anything else?
I am not.
Okay. With that, it will be Scarlet's turn. I rolled low for the mephits.
Thank heavens. So with that, I have a question.
Okay.
The mephits are made of mud, right?
These appear to be made of.
They're not. Let me rephrase it. They're not made of like flesh and bone. They're just
Correct.
made of like material.
Yes, like they seem to be a mixture of like dirt and dust. Like it kind of is what it kind of looks like soot and dirt itself, clumped dirt.
I was hoping you'd say that.
So they are in fact organic.
Oh, they are organic?
Oh,
Damn.
well, I guess they're not. No, because like I said, I guess that's is soil organic?
I mean, compacted soil. I don't think it would count as organic. I mean, well,
I don't know. I know that's a weird one. I don't. Well, just what are you trying to do? Just explain to me what you're trying to do.
I was gonna use shatter.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And they have a disadvantage. A creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage.
Oh, well, they're made of dirt, so I would say soil is organic. I would say soil is organic, so they wouldn't have disadvantage. For this purpose, they would be considered organic.
That makes sense.
That's a good question. I was like, I had to think about that. I was like,
Thanks, D&D.
Right? Yeah.
In that case, I will simply use magic missile.
All right. Fantastic.
All bolts hitting this one, first level.
Nice. All right, you send out your magical bolts.
My 3 magical bolts.
Yes.
And ka-chow. Oh, that's 1, 3, 6 plus.
So 9 points of damage.
Yes.
Yeah. All
yes,
right.
9 points of damage.
As you guys see that there are, and because I forgot to say this, there are six mephits, one down, one looking really hurt by Agamemnon.
There were
one
six mephits.
Yeah, there were 6 mephits. There are now 5. As one is dead, one is very hurt by Agamemnon, the other one pierced in the wing by Gemini, and now this one gonna get pelted by magic missile. All right, 9 points of damage as these bolts of green energy. You see as they hit the mephit's body, as the soil seems to kick up on their body itself as they take the damage. Fantastic.
Yes, love it.
They are still up, but they are.
You guys are messing them up. I'm not even needed. I'm just
right. You're like, I'm chilling.
The soldiers you left behind.
I'm chilling. Scarlet, are you doing anything else?
Yes, actually. Thank you for asking. Speaking of Rogers, I'm going to move 5, 10, 15 feet back. And with that, mentally command all of my critters to come
Yes.
this way and kill these things.
Fantastic.
Kill
They will
these things,
take.
please.
They will take their 30 feet of movement.
30 feet. Oh, you're moving them, sorry.
Oh no, go. Feel free. Actually, no, you move them.
Okay.
That would make more sense for you to move
Oh,
them.
okay.
Move their 30 feet of movement.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20.
All right.
25,
And while you're
30.
doing that, Scarlet, are you doing anything
I'll
else?
just be here.
All
That is
right.
my turn. I'll just be moving
Yes.
these guys.
Thank you, thank you. With that, it will be the monsters go. Sorry, Percy. They rolled low,
Yeah.
but not that low.
Percy low.
Not Percy low. But with that, Agamemnon, as this one is, as you've hit this one's going to try to reach out and claw you straight back with a claw
Fair
attack.
enough.
Just heading rude.
Oh, it was almost a natural 20. Made my heart sad.
No.
It's not, but it was close. That's a 12.
Yeah, don't do that to me.
That's a 12 as it clinks off your armor as this one tries to get you, and not quite making it. This one, however, is going to it's going to step forward a little bit, and you watch as this one kind of flutters near and spits up a breath weapon. Breath weapon to you, as it's going to do blinding breath. Agamemnon, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as this mephit breathes out a whole bunch of soot and dust in your direction.
Dexterity.
Yes, dex save.
Why?
Why?
That's a
Why?
6.
For his dexterity saving throw? Oh no. Well, with the 6, Agamemnon, you get this dust suddenly it's suddenly in your eyes, and it's everywhere, and it itches and it burns, like getting sand in your eyes, and you're blinded. So you are
Great.
You are currently blind. Let's see. What's a sure, that's a good emote for blinded.
Yeah, I was looking for one too.
Yeah, it's like that's a good one. This other one is going to try to come up, and is going to, it doesn't know much better. It's going to try to. You see this one kind of sees that you're blinded, and you hear, and as it seems to be casting some kind of incantation over you, that is ineffective, as it doesn't work. You're too high of HP. And he goes, as it doesn't seem to, it's mad that it doesn't seem to work, as I seem to try to cast some kind of spell on you, but was unsuccessful. This one,
Can I
however,
tell what that spell was?
sure. Well, let's see how you're kind of far. I'll see with disadvantage. Give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Nine? No, 8.
8. Okay, with an 8, I'm going to say you were not able to quite see what
That
he was
is
trying to cast.
Perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, good call though. Good call. As this one is going to go to try. 10, 15, 20. Going to try to come up to you, Gemini. It's going to try to reach out with its claws, try to slash at you.
Damn it.
With a natural
Should I
1.
concentrate on?
No.
Oh no,
I
it's just the
missed
light. It was just the light, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Because pass without a trace, it's not. Is it concentration? Oh, it is concentration. Never mind. It's pass without a trace. Pass without a trace is concentration.
Gotcha.
Just
Sorry.
kidding. And then this one, the natural one, that didn't work. This one's going to try to come over. You know what? It's going to try to fly also over to Gemini. And it's going to try to also claw attack.
Damn it.
Ooh, a little bit better. 16. I don't believe
Misses.
hits. Yeah, 16 just misses as you're able to get out of the way, and it clinks off of the armor of your shoulder. Not able to find purchase. But with that, that's going to be the monsters go. Percy, you are up.
Wow, B, finally. I will move 5 feet here.
Yeah.
Which of the one is that one injured already?
No,
Oh,
the ones
yeah.
that are injured is this one up here, and the 2 by Gemini. Both of the ones by Gemini are injured.
Then I'll focus on the one that tried to do the magic thing.
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll do a Chaos Bolt level 1.
Yo. Okay, let's see it. Let's
Why
see it.
not?
I will mark that you have gone up a point.
Yes.
You are now at 4, Percy, because you guys did long rest, so.
Yeah.
Chaos Bolt, let's go.
So it's 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. And I might use one of the d8s to. Yeah.
Stop it.
Did the wrong one. I did the wrong one. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I need to roll to hit first.
Yeah. That's important.
11.
Just misses, unfortunately. As you go to fire off Chaos Bolt, you watch as the Amoeba goes, "Ah!" and like kind of just like flies out of the way as a Chaos Bolt hits up against the wall, and more soot falls onto the ground. Unfortunately, not finding Bridges.
Then I'll move back 5, 10, 15. Here. 20, and just wait for the horde of pounding feet and bones.
Send in the horde!
Yep.
Fantastic.
And that's my turn.
All right. With that, Agamemnon, top of the round. It is your turn. And each... But a creature can repeat the saving throw on each of its turns. You know, usually it specifies the end of the turn. This one actually doesn't. So you know what? I'm gonna say top of the round, top of your turn. Then go ahead and roll a Man, this is so. I hate how the stat block is laid out. Roll me another Dex. I guess it's weird because it's Dex save for the breath weapon, but it's not Dex for the other one. But I guess Dex save, even though that makes no sense. But roll another Dex save, because that's how it's specified here on the sheet. I just realized. Hey, what's that total? 15. Oh yeah, with the 15, you were able to. We'll say for flavor, I guess. You're able to wipe it off. You're able to very quickly, rub your eyes, and are able to like get the soot off of you. But you are no longer blinded, and it is still your turn.
Lock him up, Axemen.
Axemen.
Yes, Axemen, get him! This is the one that is very, very hurt.
Very, very hurt.
Very, very hurt is this one.
Roll for attack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Wait! Is it...
Wait.
No, it's still 19.
Blinded, right?
It's still 19, right? You didn't go down to an 18. Okay. It's still 19. Yeah, for the crit. I was like, wait! But no, not quite. No, they're not quite.
Wait. What?
For your crit. You crit on a 19. Yep, it doesn't go down to 18 until higher level. But yeah, 19 and 20 you crit. But you rolled an 18. It was close. I was excited. But that does hit. Either way, that does hit. It's just a non-crit hit.
So what weapon did he? Oh.
Yeah. Nice. 8 points of damage as you go to slice this one, whoosh, and it explodes once again, kind of like the other ones, into a cloud of dust and soot. This time, instead of a Dex save, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Wonderful.
It's weird that these are different. It's weird that I never noticed that these are different. Ooh. What's that con?
Plus 5. That's 23.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Oh, yeah.
You totally use the soot cloud comes to you, but you're able to. Your eyes kind of sting, but you're able to see through it. You are not blinded, and you do have your second attack still.
This
Wait,
one.
he gets 2 attacks per what?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I thought that was just on the first one. What?
Nope.
No, that's a fighter feature.
Yep, fighters and rangers get this.
Alright, that's it. A multi-class needs a fighter.
Right? I love it. I love fighters. 12. Oh yeah. That'll 12 plus whatever. That'll hit. Roll for damage.
Plus 6, I think so.
Oh yeah, that hits.
I was hoping that would be amazing.
Plus 4.
Nice. Okay, so still 7 points of damage as you go to swipe at this one, whoosh, knocking away. We'll say its feet as its feet and legs kind of crumple, and it does, and it goes, but it's still up. It's a weird, strange elemental that is still standing. Technically, it's hovering. It's not really standing because it doesn't have legs anymore. He's hovering.
It's still existing.
It's still existing. Agamemnon, are you doing anything else on your turn?
Not right now, no.
All right. With that, Gemini, you are up. Scarlet, you're on deck.
Bonus action, Hunter's Mark. This one that's on top of me yes. That.
There we go. I will say though, if you Hunter's Mark, you will drop Pass Without a Trace.
Oh shit.
So that's up to you.
Well, I guess that doesn't do something good anyway.
Well, you didn't say you were stealthing! It's not my fault if you don't specify that you're stealthing. You guys just walk through.
Okay. Okay, no, I don't need it. Okay.
Okay.
I won't do that.
Okay.
Instead, I will just go ahead and
Smack it.
smack it with my battle axe. I will attempt to.
Yes. Roll for attack.
Oh, wait, my dice are not working with me here. Okay. And what is that like? 13. 17.
That hits. That hits. Roll for damage.
Okay. So, I'm having trouble getting my dice in the right place, sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. And rolling a 9.
Ooh, nice.
Plus 3, I think.
So 12?
12 total.
Nice. You go with your swing. This is your first attack, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, with your first attack, you go to swing. Whoosh, and as you are able to, you bisect it, and as you do, poof, it explodes in a death burst. And I need you to roll a con save.
I'm so terrible about that. I'm so happy.
Percy's like, I'm so happy I'm over here, man, not in the middle of that.
I missed one spell, not needed again. Very good. Oh, dear.
Oh shit.
Gemini, this time as the soot and the dirt, flies up into your face, you are blinded as you feel the stinging in your eyes and you feel your throat becoming dry. You are blinded, so you do have another attack, but you do have disadvantage.
Okay.
But we take those odds. We take those odds.
Yeah, we take those odds. Let's go.
Let me try to attack it again.
Okay, with disadvantage.
And shit.
Plus.
Plus 7. 14.
7 plus 7. Oh, that still hits.
Blindly whacking.
Blindly whacking. You do hit it. Roll for damage. You're like, swinging.
Another 9. You're insane.
Holy shit. Is this another 12? Another 12 points of damage?
Yeah.
Yep. As you swing, Scarlet nearby, you just see poof, poof, as clouds of dust as you bisect this one as well, smattering it into dust and soot as clumps of dirt fly everywhere. I would say roll a con save, but you're already blinded. So
double blinded.
Yeah, there's no double blinded. Let me see. Checks notes. Okay. There's no double blinded. So.
You're really blinded.
You're really blind. Yeah,
I'm really blinded.
Now you're blind in both eyes, I guess. I don't know. Oh, Gemini, are you doing anything else?
No.
Okay.
I think I'll just stay right here, blinded.
With that, Scarlet, it is your turn, and the monsters are on deck.
Time to finish it, Scarlet. Let's do it.
Since they're down so low, I don't want to waste my spells on them.
Exactly.
Ooh, how about... wizards need less spells. There's too many to look through.
That's the whole point of wizard. The whole point of wizards is getting to have the spells. That's the fun part.
Okay, so I move up to stay here.
Okay.
Can I see the spot?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to cast Chill Touch.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Well, Chill Touch is targeted. It's not an area of effect. Chill Touch is targeted.
Oh, in the space of a creature.
Yeah, chill touch is like an attack roll.
Right.
Yeah.
So I make I'll chill touch this one.
Yeah, go for it. And remind me, is it an attack roll or a saving throw?
Make a ranged spell attack
Okay, that's what I was
against a
thinking.
creature
It's
to
like,
assail it. On a hit, target takes 1d8 necrotic and can't regain hit points.
Yeah, chill touch is nice. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait a second. It does 2d8 damage. The spell damage increases by 1d8 at 5th level.
Yes, that's correct. 6th level, guys. Yep, cantrips get stronger.
That means my fireball
Ah.
does 2, right?
It becomes what? Your firebolt, yes.
My
correct.
firebolt does 2 d10s now?
Yes, correct.
Does
Does the
actually?
10 hit?
Yes. 10 unfortunately misses.
Then that's my turn.
No!
Oh.
Oh, do you
However,
want to command your... Yeah, that was to say, you can command your people.
Oh, it fucking does. Sorry.
it can reach
Yeah, no. All your cantrips get stronger, guys.
What?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Nice.
It can reach.
Yeah!
It is
can
going
reach.
to maul this one.
Yeah! Zombies! Alright.
I don't have the stats up right now, but
Here, I will send you
Yeah.
the stats. But here's your slam attack. I will send... Wait, send. Send stats for zombies. There you go. You can make a roll for me. And then skeleton.
let me pull it up. Come on, Discord, work,
And
please.
Skelly boy. Skelly boy.
Action, slam attack. All right.
Let's go, Gale number 5. You can do this. I
It
believe in
misses.
you.
Oh.
What's the plus? What's the plus?
It's +3. It's a 7.
Well, does it use... Well, wait. Does Animate Dead use theirs, or does it use your spell... Doesn't it use your spellcasting modifier?
Oh,
or
right.
is-
Well, it gets
Hang
my
on.
proficiency bonus, so it's.
Oh, that's right.
10,
your proficiency
Yeah.
bonus. Is it
which
just...
still
is
isn't
it,
enough.
Oh, is it just your... Hang on. I'm gonna double check.
Undead thralls. When you cast Animate Dead, whenever hit point maximum increased, creature adds proficiency bonus to damage rolls.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Then unfortunately you were correct. That does miss. I was just
Yeah.
checking. I was just trying to help. Yeah.
The
Alright,
zombie's
alright.
just happy to be there.
Yeah, zombie goes to slam and accidentally hits the wall. Hits that side corner of the cavern, not quite able to make purchase.
Percy, you watch as a stampede of undead come by.
I was gonna say the skeleton, however, should be able to hit.
Oh yeah, they have longbows. I forgot.
Yeah, they
Or
do have
short bows.
bows. They do have bows.
I bow at each one that passes me. Going, yep,
Yep. Hi. Hello.
Can
I-
Roger 18 and 20 shoot over me and
Yes.
then each other?
Correct.
Oh,
You've
okay.
got a line of archers. You command volley and they obey. That's insanity.
Short bow plus 4 to hit. Range 80.
That's
yeah.
crazy. This is
So I'm gonna roll for them each in sequence.
Yes.
So
This is crazy.
Roger 19 rolls a 6. Roger
Misses.
18 rolls a 13,
Hits.
which hits.
Yes.
Yay.
Roll the third attack though, just so we can see it in succession.
Yeah. And Roger
That hits.
20
Yeah.
rolls a 19.
I like
That
Roger
hits.
20. Roger 20's good.
Yeah, Roger 20's
that,
good.
that one can stay.
Yeah, Roger
Yeah.
20 can
And they
stay.
roll 1d6 plus 2 plus 1d6 plus 5.
Yes.
So for number 18, that's 9.
Nice. Points of damage.
And
Okay.
Roger,
Another 9.
both
Wow.
they're all attacking this one, by the
Yeah,
way.
correct.
And they both rolled 9, so 18 damage.
Okay, as the arrows, you see, as they're passing by Percy, they just nod. They're like, nods to
Yep,
Percy.
yep.
As they pass by, the
Just
skeleton
swarm into the room.
gets out bows instinct and, fire them all. One of them flies off and misses. The other two, hits the mephit that then, explodes. Axaminlotl, I need you to make a con save.
5 with 11.
11 passes. You succeed
Yeah.
with 11. You're able to get the soot out of your eyes and not be blinded.
Awesome. I don't like to be blind.
With that, it is going to be the monster's turn. This monster, seeing you Aghanim, is going to try to swipe at you. Gonna casually try to swipe. With, 14. Nope. Whink! Goes off the
I
armor.
don't think so.
And is none the better. It does try to back up away from you, but you have your reaction if you would like to, use your reaction to swipe at him.
100%, yeah.
All right, give me an attack roll.
Oh yeah.
It tries to get away. It tries to leave your space to get out of the way, but you're quicker. Whoosh! Go ahead and roll for damage.
That is 11?
With an 11, it tries you swing as it tries to get away from you. Whoosh! Poof! As it explodes. Give me a con save.
It's a big cloud of dust.
Roll.
It wasn't quite able to leave your space, so it is technically still next to you still.
Oh.
The 16 plus? Whatever the
21.
plus. Yeah, 20. Jesus, yeah, you were totally fine. Unaffected by the dust
Ain't no
cloud.
thing.
Yeah.
How long am I blinded for?
You are. Give me a con save. It's weird that listen, folks. For anybody that's running Dust Me Fits, it's weird that the Death Burst is a con save, but the Blinding Breath is a deck save. What is this about? But I know. Go ahead and give me a
What
con
did Wizards
save.
of the Coast mean by this?
Yeah, I'm like, what is this?
6.
6? You're still blinded for a minute, but I'll say, like I said, the combat's died down. I'll say it's gonna take maybe like a minute, and you'll be able to get the soot stuff out of your eyes.
Sorry. Yeah.
All the skeletons are like, yeah. Zombies.
I hold my hands out wide and I realize I'm holding someone's arm. Sorry, Roger. There you go.
I say, chaps, well done.
The three. When you say sorry, Roger, because hang on, I have
Oh
this
my God,
opportunity.
yeah.
You say sorry, Roger.
Yeah.
The three of them point to themselves and then point to each other and then point to themselves and do the Spider-Man meme of like, wait, which Roger? Wait, which Roger?
And I realize one of them's trying to point without an arm. I'm like, you.
Yeah.
Whoops.
It clacks its jaw.
It's very well done, guys. Gemini, high five me. Even though you're still blinded.
Yeah. Gemini,
Roger,
give me a dex check. Give me a dexterity check with disadvantage.
What the heck?
Not save, just check. Okay. Percy, you try to make a joke about high five me. Gemini immediately high fives you, even through the blindness.
Oh, well. Checking to see you're still up to scratch. That's remarkable. I'd say we all did very well here. Well done. Well done.
Gemini's still blinded, right?
Only for like maybe 30 more seconds.
Oh, don't.
She's just like screaming in pain because there's dust in her eyes. It's like, oh yeah, you did all right.
You did good.
Then ask for a high five while she's writhing on the ground, clawing
Yeah.
at her eyes. Which she then nails. Yeah, that's fantastic.
DM.
Yes.
Now that that's handled, since we stepped further into here,
Correct.
can we see what's in these corridors?
You may.
Yes.
And I will say, as you're going to look for your surroundings, all of you feel as the shuddering throughout the entirety.
You realize you're all standing
You had
in a
to
puddle
ask
of
to
water.
see.
Yeah, has to see. So you feel the shuddering. going.
And we're
And
stealthing. No.
And you hear distantly a.
Yep, we're all dead.
Distantly. As you suddenly
we're screwed.
remember where you guys are at. But we will we'll pick up on that next time we come back to play.
I'm sure we will.
I'm sure we will.
I seem to remember us fighting like those little misfit things before. Then I realised what happened last time and why it was so easy.
Yep, you fireballed the whole room and we're like,
fireballed
done.
the entire room.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
It's like,
Hey, before we leave this session, can I move?
Nope.
Like over here, maybe?
It's locked in my mind. I know you are right here.
Axel
Minlottle. I remember Axel Minlottle was
get
right
between them.
Yeah, Gale 5. Hurry up.
Before we end, who else took damage, by the way?
I think just you from the pole.
So the only person that took damage was me from a falling metal pole.
Correct.
Like the fact that Gemini and Axel were in fighting all the time in point blank range.
Correct.
I took the. Sorcerers are weird.
Gemini and Agamemnon are surrounded by the corpses of dead creatures, and you're the only one who took damage.
And you're the only one that took damage from a metal pipe.
Little did you know, it was the mind goblin threw a pipe at you from the ceiling.
Right?
From the
He was actually secretly another Mephit that threw the pipe.
No, do you know what it is? Do you know who it was? It was bloody Coriander. She's had it in for me this entire time.
Had it out. It was like, you know what? I'm gonna teach him a lesson. Bah! Throws a pipe.
Griffin has found his magic, and it was a dragon. It was
right?
a dragon,
Yes.
actually. Yeah.
Dragon is now an actual dragon. Incredible.
Was Gemini still blinded?
Yes.
Ooh, can I try and pickpocket her while she's blinded?
No, you may not.
No, listen. I want that money back that she didn't spend. I want my money back. I want my money
That was
back.
your second thought, Percy.
I want my money back. I want my fucking money back.
On that note, we'll end here for the night, folks.
Cast meld into stone. No,
No, not end. Where's my money? Where's my money? I want my money.
All I'm thinking of is the Family Guy. Where's the money? Where's the money?
Where's the money for it?
Where's the money?
I throw a supply of awakened daisy setting.
I gave you that money to buy something and you didn't buy it. So I want my money back.
Yes, you got my money.
I've made a note of that. I'm not going to forget between now and next week or whenever it is that we do it. Because I realise that next week is basically Christmas. It's fine.
Right? Yep, I feel that.
Tune in on Christmas Day, folks, for our special live show.
Imagine. Yeah, next weekend will be the weekend before Christmas.
Oh,
yeah, you need me
I'll put a Santa hat on the dragon. How about that?
Damn it.
Damn it.
Can you put mistletoe above the dragon? Because
Ooh.
No.
Please,
session for Dragon Mommy.
Session
For
I
Dragon Mommy.
We need an excuse to call an episode Dragon Mummies, okay? And I'm giving us that excuse.
Hey, put mistletoe above
for you.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. What was
Put mistletoe where?
Put mistletoe above the dragon because I'm gonna kiss it with my breath weapon.
There you go.
Oh.
That's it. That's the one.
That actually does sound pretty cool. I can't
kiss
lie.
it with my breath weapon. Love it.
Like you just open its mouth and use your breath weapon.
When you actually spell out the intricacies of it, it's slightly less romantic. I'll give you that.
Not romantic, but very cool.
That's...
Very theatrical.
Thanks for watching, YouTube.
Man.
Join the Patreon for all after show shenanigans and more.
God. Help me.
Cody is
Save
hosting
me.
Be
episode
sure to
1.
join our Patreon.
Exactly, and
Save
Cody
me.
will show you how to build a
getting
dungeon
paid
from
for
scratch.
this?
You know, to be fair, it's funny because I do actually have the dungeon on paper. Secretly. You can see part of it.
Secretly, which Mom tried to steal
Yeah,
earlier.
Mom tried to steal, but
Oh, now that I know.
yeah, right now James is gonna be hunting for this piece of paper. Like, oh, there's a physical piece of paper. I'm gonna find it.
I'm gonna charter a plane.
Yeah, just to get this piece of paper.